All right, you all, let's get her going. Man, we are not wasting no time today. We are here with another interactive race here on this Saturday between GrandPooBear, ryukahr, double game action going here. I am accompanied today by X Water. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, happy to be taking part in the commentary with you, dude. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, fun stuff, man. And of course, if you all don't know what is going on this weekend or going on right now, first thing to do is type exclamation bit race and you can figure out what's going on. If you are a new follower of the channel, you can get yourself some complimentary credits that you can use towards it. And what makes this interactive, because not only are they playing a Legend of Zelda randomizer, Link to the Past, but you all can you can affect the game in real time. You can help them, give them bombs, give them arrows, kill them on the spot, fill their bottles up.
Hurt them
oh
too?
Man, there's so much stuff. Yes, you can totally body them at your own will here. So you can use those free promotional credits, or if you're feeling a little bit more bold or want to feel a little more trolly, you can also cheer in the channel and you'll be able to use those credits towards whatever effects you want to. And in fact, if some of them may be a little bit too costly for you, hey, you all can pool your resources together to any of the effects that you see on the list, and you all can work together to build them up together. So it's going to be a fantastic way to have fun. And of course, having fun is a good way to see a sword there sitting on Lumberjack. Oh, that's joyous.
That is definitely a scary one to run into. But luckily, the sword can actually be an upgrade that these players can receive from you guys.
Indeed it can. And of course, you all know the goal is still there, playing in open mode here. We've seen a lot of normal stuff here, but open mode, goal is still to beat Ganon here. And of course, there's going to be more stuff coming up. You know, at the end of this race today, we're going to be announcing another one. But just to get your hopes up today, not only are these two players playing a Link to the Past randomizer race, but immediately after, they will be playing a Super Mario World randomizer interactive race as well. So double the games, double the race, back to back going on this afternoon.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild. They're in for a lot to handle too, because with the interactive races, you know, your standard randomizer doesn't take usually like 3 hours or anything like that, but we've seen a couple of rounds where the players have met with pretty unfortunate fates.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be bound to happen, especially when not only are they at their own mercy of the RNG, but they're at the mercy of the chat. As you can see, everybody's going in right now. Again, those free promo credits, and of course, beginning to think about how they feel like trolling or maybe helping out players today. Are you going to start doing the damage very, very early, or maybe you're going to wait till we get a little later on the game and make the end game a little interesting? And of course, typically through typical fashion of this game, you know, we were going to begin our initial phase of going through Kakariko Village here, trying to work on our early items here. Of course, right now, the best we have right now is Blue Cane here, which can work a little bit, but, you know, we don't have anything that doesn't use magic yet.
Yeah. What do you think are some of the items that these players are hoping for in an interactive race? What's the kind of thing that really sets you ahead in that?
I'll tell you what, one thing that's going to come into play, and this is not me telling you all how you all should help or hinder our players. Well, I'll tell you what I was about to say is going to be kind of negated a little bit by having that half magic. But obviously, one of the things that our players are going to probably be looking for, besides from a sword and half magic and a book and all that stuff.
That was 3 chests in a row that blew me away. Wow.
Kakariko Village is loaded over there in the well. But our players are probably looking to find exactly that, except maybe not with a bee, but with a fairy, because as it has been shown in interactive races in the past, chat does not like when players are alive, apparently. And progress can be greatly and quickly ruined by an unexpected death, or of course one of the effects on the if you want to check out the effects, you know, exclamation bit race, but one of the options that I use a lot are one-hit knockout, which, you know, that's one hit, any kind of fall, hit a spike, you walk off the edge, you're dead. And if you don't have any fairies, that's it. You're going back to wherever you entered from. And of course, in these longer dungeons or longer paths that you have to traverse, that's a lot of time loss.
Yeah.
So that's what they really want to look for, especially as someone who's played in one myself. Definitely a vital resource to have. So bottles, you know, we can't do any OOT bottle dupes going on here, but so every bottle is a precious commodity that I would not ignore in any case or any cost. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I've seen the bottles make a really big difference. I've seen people even fill up the players' bottles with bees to stop them from getting fairies too, which I think is just hilarious.
Exactly. Exactly. You can honestly become bottle trolls here because you can't get them. And I tell you one thing more, these players are getting a lot of stuff here. We've got hammer, a sword. We already know one sword in lumberjack. We've got glove. We've got a lot going on so far as far as item acquisition. Yeah,
what they only need they're pretty close to being able to go to Dark World now too, aren't they? With the hammer and the gloves.
Yeah, I mean they need to find obviously Moon Pearl, a pretty vital thing here.
If they want to go back,
that route. Of course, I also want to think that if we find a lamp here, then maybe a cape, you know, maybe we'll just make it more fun, especially for you all interactive watchers, and maybe force them up Aga, which could be quite interesting when we combine all these effects that you can use, especially things like, hey, ice physics and whatnot. Now, also, when we talk about some of the effects that we have going on here, there are some additional things that you all can do, including changing the sprite that you see our players using. Each of our players have 5 sprites that they have put on their let's say on their menu per se. GrandPooBear currently using the GrandPooBear sprite.
Pretty fitting, yeah.
A little self-advertising there. And Ryukahr has a Ryukahr. You know what? How come I don't have a Big John sprite when I play? What's up with that? I just realized.
Yeah, that is
a little envious here. I tell you, we're about to fix that.
Have one, man.
Yeah, man. Maybe that's the thing that everybody gets now. Everybody gets their own free sprite. Okay, thanks. That's cool.
Would maybe the sprite would just be too big? Is that the concern with making one for Big John?
It'd have to be like a double wide, man. I don't know, man. I have to have a gigantic hitbox. I couldn't even fit through that door PooBear is going through right now. But I tell you what, you see right now some of the effects. You see that Pooh is actually on ice pieces right now. He also just had the one of my favorite effects or type of effects are changing up the buttons.
Oh yeah,
we can invert the buttons. We can swap the buttons with a D-pad or do at the same time. So our players are just going to have a nightmare of controlling, especially when it just happens all of a sudden. They might be really focusing on something, say a bomb jump, and all of a sudden, bam, the controls are just all messed up.
Ryu's got to be feeling pretty happy with his decision right now to go check out the flooded little swamp there, because he just picked up the big boy gloves. He's got those gold gauntlets now.
Yeah, definitely a nice little move to have there, get that out of the way. And I mean, for him, if we can find Moon Pearl, we will have Dark World access.
I love seeing the exact moment that the inverted controls activate and the player's just confused and has no idea what's going on.
I tell you, control inversion, ice spells. I tell you, players have to work kind of hard here. So they already know, when if you're a player in a bit race or interactive race, you know that you're going to have to probably have a struggle at some point. And it could last a very, very long time.
Their paranoia levels are off the charts right now, for sure.
Yeah, one of the more recent interactive races that we had in Link to the Past was that we had about, if I recall correctly, our players had about 30 fairy revivals between the two of them, which is
wow.
It's crazy.
That's a lot.
That's just the revival. It's not even counting the deaths on top of it, but just how important, as we were talking about, those bottles and especially those fairies can be. So you won't be surprised that in addition to the bottles, they're probably going to hope they find magic powder in the net, so we can also have that anytime they have a chance to get a fairy while they have an empty bottle anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna wanna be safe for as long as they can. They're gonna want to have a nice stockpile there.
You see Ryu right now having to deal with some extra menu check. I'm pretty sure that wasn't intentional because everything he has been swapped. So, it's You know, right is now like B, and it's just a mess. It's oh boy.
I like that
So
he's
again,
Kane being
yeah, go ahead.
Even in this otherwise harmless little fields, trying to just make his way over to that ice cave.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely so. And I tell you what, by the way, for those of y'all who want to know a little bit more about the, make sure that you also, if you haven't already, make sure you follow Bit Races on Twitch. As you see the bot right channel Bit Races, make sure you follow them as well, because a lot of you all are trying to wonder when are they going to have the next one and all that good stuff. But you should definitely check them out, so you'll know when these events will happen. You know, that's Bit Races GG at Bit Races GG. So make sure you drop them a follow on Twitch. We'll drop the link in chat too to make it a little easy for you, because you all don't like typing things. We know that, except when you're trying to order a one-hit knockout on somebody, apparently.
Yeah, you're getting those free promotional bits.
Yeah. There you go. So Ryu getting over the controlling version, someone sending him a heart, all that good stuff. I see the funding already beginning for Pooh to get some fairies for him. Now, of course, one thing that's interesting as well is you see them with their swords. You know, there are other effects as well that can actually, if you can believe me, actually help the players. As much as you all want to troll them, I'm sure, there are also things that can help them. You can give them money, you can upgrade their sword, you can permanently upgrade their sword, you can give them hearts, you can also take away hearts. So by the way, just an FYI, you can actually remove those heart containers. You see Pooh has 6 total and Ryu has 5, but you can actually remove them. Now of course there's a limit per player, per viewer, but they can actually be reduced all the way back down to their starting 3, regardless if they find any heart containers or not. So just think about that if you want to make them work a little bit harder. Say that. So here we go. So GrandPooBear is going to fake flip because, well, he just wants to show it off a little bit, right? He's trying to get his controls here. Of course, fake flipper never in logic, but always a quick way to check if you have the money. You can obviously go make our way up to Catfish. He's trying to watch out for this because that is a death.
Ooh.
Hey,
that was not even from the viewers.
Exactly. He gets that on the house for y'all because you know why? Because GrandPooBear is all about for the people. Right,
exactly.
So there's your free death for the people from Pooh Bear right there. Now, of course, fake flipping, for you all who aren't familiar with that, in the J version, well, actually in the game, you can do that. However, getting hit normally will soft lock you. You'll just be stuck like Chuck. But in the randomizer, it has been clear that if you do take damage while fake flipping, you will insta kill and just die. So
now that they've gone around and gathered, I'd say, a fair bit of items, you think we're either of these players are going to try and go dive into any dungeons anytime soon? What do you think their next move is?
Yeah, I mean, you know, typically in a random setting like this, you know, when you start this out, typically your first dungeon that you're probably looking into is going to be Eastern. I mean, it's the one that you already have access into. You won't be necessarily clear it because you don't have, logically, no lamp. And, of course, you need the bow to get through it all. So that's usually where we're going to go. We're going to make our way over the Eastern, go check out Sashira Hashila Hala, and those 3 chests back there. And, of course, to see if we're, you know, potentially bow-locked in Eastern. So definitely going to play. And, of course, obviously there's going to be some kind of progression somewhere to find. One thing that's note is that in the event that we have to go to, say, if we have to make our way up to Catfish, I'm sorry, Zora is sitting up there.
Ooh, I must have missed where it happened. I didn't realize Pooh already had the Moon Pearl.
Oh yeah, he got that over there, and he's going to try to see if he can get some good things out of here first. And of course, all the crystals, all the pendants are sitting there in Dark World between Mire, Pod, and Swamp. So always nice to have a multi-crystal light world. I'm always a fan of that, but usually that kind of flips the side of being a very, very essential item sitting in one of those Dark World.
Yeah, Swamp's got a lot of chests that could be hiding one of those essential items. I think it's 6, right?
Yeah, we've got 6 items in Swamp, unique items to find in Swamp. It's definitely a dungeon that you don't want to have to do it all. Obviously, a dungeon you prefer to go mode as a crystal, not when you're looking for something.
Yeah.
And as I see it in chat right now, of course, one of the effects that we all love is, which can obviously slow down our players from having to be able to move quickly around the dungeon, the map, is to deactivate the flute. Now, we don't have the flute in play yet, but it's one of those annoying things. Obviously, in some cases, preventing you from any kind of forward momentum, because obviously we can't get to Maya, for instance, when we don't have flute.
Yeah.
You know, even though at this time it is marked as a pendant, you know, it still could be needed. So Ryu also taking advantage in his first glimpse of Dark World as well.
Yeah, getting all that knowledge, all that necessary info. Taking a different route than Pooh, looking like he's going right for the hype cave, trying to get some more just banger items right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so here we go. So let's see if we have a 10 out of 10 hype cave. I can't imagine it'd be too good because, God, man, the well was so good earlier.
Yeah, that's already been really good to them. So far, a little bit of a disappointment. Last chest. Oof. Yeah, and hype cave, underperforming, man.
I'd give it a 1 out of 10. I would have given it a 0, but it was actually something in the chest. The chests weren't empty, so that's about as low as I'm going to go on that one. So using that cane, not even wasting his time trying to swing that Master Sword. It's going to buy him. And having half magic already is... This seat is a little too nice, man. Having half magic is honestly a really nice thing, especially when you already have an invincibility item too.
Oh, I'm really loving the sprite change up for Ryu here. Now playing as a can of soda.
yeah. See, you can't say sprite. See, that's a different effect actually. So, as a matter of fact, you know, if they had not have blue mail right now, they actually would be the. Is it really Sprite? But well, the lightly colored citrus-like carbonation beverage.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't think we can say Pepsi, right?
What's the red
Pepsi?
tier of the soda can? Yeah, we got obviously Pepsi here, and maybe Cola up next.
The lemon lime beverage. Yeah, that's what it is. the green mail. Yeah. And of course, this is a great way also to show up not just this, but obviously the work of these hard-working sprite developers who put a lot of effort into making these custom sprites for the randomizer in any setting. So let's not forget about those, man, because you've got, you know, 100 plus.
Yeah, there's so many custom sprites you can use. I'm so impressed with the amount of work that goes into the randomizer, and you know what, the fact that like we're having an interactive race here. While the players are playing on real hardware, it just goes to show how much like impressive tech really goes into these events.
Yes, I cannot under promote these developers. You know, with Carcat and all these players. I mean, it's already next level to have the randomizer in the setting, but you know, these developers not only making it so they can play on hardware and emulator. We're talking about 2 different means of playing this game. So whether you have a flash card to play it, or whether you're playing on your computers on emulator, it works both ways. And the work, you know, the programmatic stuff, you know, that you all can connect to chat and affect the games in real time, dude, it is just genius. And you will not see anything like this, period, anywhere else. You're just not going to. I guarantee you won't. I bet you a whole dollar you won't. So, and of course, GrandPooBear getting bodied by, quote, the crowd. And of course, that death wasn't as bad because obviously just walking outside the door, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, 1 single arrow, 120 piece of rupees. Because we would have sent him kind of a nasty place because he was in Dark World. I don't think he's been in a dungeon anyway. I'm trying to get back into looks like Thieves Town here, and of course he's getting sent tons of fairies here, man. Team Revival, in the chat forum.
Something I didn't expect to see as many fairies getting sent over after seeing what happened to Pooh in his solo bit run. It was a lot of death and not as many fairies as you would imagine.
Yeah, see, eventually you wanna get into their brain thinking that, oh yeah, I've got a really supportive crowd, and then an hour later, the wrath is unleashed,
luring him into a false sense of security. So when he gets crushed later, it's extra painful.
Remember, the people that hurt you the most love you the most. Just remember that, right?
True in Zelda, true in life.
Telling you. So here we go. Rio trying to make his checks up there, trying to see if he needs anything off of Bumper Cave there. He'll also probably make his way down as well to where Pooh already is. Of course, there are 4 items to find inside of here. This was one of our crystals here. So he can full clear this. He already has Hammer. So this will be his first one, so long as he can get through it in one piece.
Yeah. That half magic's going to be really useful for the blind fight, assuming he keeps all that magic with having the blue cane already.
Yeah. So for those who have a question, I see a question about chat about different orders. So obviously there are many things in the game that people are requesting. Of course, it's not quite real time, obviously the delay, but some things obviously requires extra funding. So for instance, some effects, for instance, let's just say giving the player full health and magic, kind of like a blue potion, that's a 1200 item, 1200 cost item. So for instance, some people will pool their promotional credits or their credits together to kill them or to fund that particular effect. Obviously, for instance, I see one in chat right now, 1895 to 2000 for kill player, and for instance, another 105, and whoever that was put towards will unfortunately have a unexpected death. I'll tell you, trying to empty those bottles back out for these players. Of course, shouts out to the bot, working so hard to process all of your requests on all the effects you want. Gotta love it.
Yeah, really going in there diligently. I love seeing the wave of commands just get registered and output all at once too.
Oh, indeed. And of course, don't forget, as these players are traversing through Thieves Town here, don't forget that this is just the first of 2 races these players will be doing in this stream. When they're done with Link to the Past rando, Mario World randomizer will be right after. So for all you Mario fans, we're gonna get a little dose of some 2D action as well.
Yeah, and I feel like there's gonna be a lot of really cool, really trolly incentives for that one as well. Like swapping the controls here, you're gonna go the wrong way a little bit, but in Mario you're gonna instantly fall into a pit or lose your cape flight or just essentially reset the level. Yeah,
they work really hard to make sure we get some really cool effects, some that are fun to watch, some that will hinder them, help, and all the stuff in between. But I'm definitely eager to get to Mario World. A couple of things I'm trying to see if they can implement as well in there. I'm still supporting the effect called Chaos Controller, which totally randomizes all of your buttons on your controller to some unknown location you don't know. L could be A, select could be up. I'm really waiting for that.
I think more than anything, I appreciate the name of the effect.
Yeah, and in the spirit of as a Sonic player too, Chaos Control sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, Pooh's taking on this blind fight now. He has the upgraded sword from chat, but not like it makes a difference here in particular.
Yeah, he's pretty much an out of. I mean, we've got the cane, we've got a half magic. I mean, this is just honestly.
He was able to sweep through blind right there.
Of course, while he gets a maximum sword, he's on butter. Ryu's getting his sword debuffed, getting downgraded.
Oh. I see how it is. I see how it is, chat. Ryukahr is going to be so hurt to know.
Yeah, he's going to use that hammer. Hammer, obviously a much stronger weapon here. And yeah. By the way, shouts out to our tracker. I'm gonna need our tracker to keep a track when all the swords get upgraded and downgraded in real time, and also constantly changing from 1 to 2 and 2 to 1. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good stuff for a tracker, right? Oh boy, no. I'm gonna keep those baseline items. Obviously, a lot going on here. GrandPooBear making his way over to check out So hammer pegs first.
Yeah, meanwhile, Ryu's dicking into the basement, making his way over, but as we saw with Pooh, there isn't going to be much else in terms of pivotal items down there, so he's just got to shrug through and get the rest of that clear. But I don't know, man. I think chat has it out for Ryu today, it looks like. I think he's going to have a hard time with blind.
Well, I'll tell you what, again, having that cane and having half magic will kind of lessen the bad portion of it, for sure.
That's true. That's true.
That's what I said. It was really nice to find yourself an invincibility item. Of course, invincibility items will not save our players from instant death or anything. For instance, if you happen to have one-hit knockout on and you, say, fall off into a pit, you're dead. You know, yeah, it won't save you from that kind of stuff. But if you got cape on, if you got your can of burner going, and someone decides to send a kill player command to you, thanks for playing.
Not even the cane can save you.
Yeah. But to quickly kind of go over, a lot of people are joining chat. You know, we've got over 2,000 people here enjoying this mess, as you want to call it. But these players are both playing on console currently. They're communicating through a server that is tied to the chat. And the commands and effects that you all sent are basically sent to the game. They're both playing via an SD to SNES currently, or a flash card. And they're sent in real time into the game's RAM to modify whatever values you have asked or contributed towards. And in real time, be it magic, be it health, be it death, real time stuff, including those 2 bombs that Budget Bear just sent Ryu.
He didn't even bother using the cane for that too. That was swag.
Oh yeah, he wasn't worried. He's like, I got this. So Pooh Bear gonna go into the hype cave of not so hypeness.
Yeah, he's gonna pick up a fair amount of money and some heart containers, heart pieces. That's it.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
See the one-hit knockout timer live on Ryu right now. But unless one of these skeleton chickens goes after him, which I don't think they will, he'll probably get off scot-free.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the actual one-hit knockout time was actually adjusted in recent races to actually show on the screen. Because typically, as you all see right now, you all see, for instance, Deltron's death spell. Now, obviously, that's one of the commands that's written out by the little bot that each of our players run on their computers that sends a signal to their flashcards. So that way, we can visually see what's going on. But they decided to add that because unless you missed it, you might have not realized, hey, I'm in one-hit knockout, all of a sudden you're dead. So just a nice little helpful thing for our players so you can visually see that, hey, don't mess up right now because you're not going to like the effects of it.
All right, and then Pooh's going into the desert, getting ready to get an extra chest, but unfortunately, without any sort of light source, he's not going to be able to get through the desert dungeon here.
Yep, gotta have that fire ability before that boss room. Not to mention we could potentially be boost locked on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. His sprite, I believe, is from, isn't it from My Little Pony?
Either
one of those
that
things.
Or My Small Horse Friend. Yeah, one of those 2 shows.
Yeah, I believe the sprite is just called Pony. So very, very unique looking sprite, I must say. Yeah.
I'm sure Pooh saw it on the ledge there, but we did see a glimpse of the lantern, so he should be able to grab that. Can the lantern, that little exit over there, be locked by the?
Yeah. He'll have no problem getting there. Yeah, he can just walk right to it, just walk outside. So he'll have that done, so long as he can make sure he can get a key here.
Yeah.
If we don't have a key here, we're going to be in trouble. And so even though he's going to pick up a fire source, he's not going to get through this dungeon right now. And he'll probably verify that right now by saying one of the keys, and there it is.
Yeah.
All right, so that's one thing they'll have to note down there. So we'll have light, which is cool. No more dark rooms. But our quest here is going to be done for now, at least in this dungeon.
Yeah, now we get to see what Ryu's going to pick up from his little gnomish friend over here.
So quickly dropping off our little swordsmith here, and the swordsmith will provide us a lovely 20-cent delivery fee. All right, so it looks like Pooh is probably going to make his way over to Eastern, or at least somewhere in that general area.
Yeah, it looks like they both have somewhat of the same idea for that. They have the 3 chests to check in Sarahalahasha's house, in addition to popping into Eastern, right?
That was so beautifully said.
Thank you.
So there we go. Of course, right now we still need to find. We have to find. Only thing we're missing now is just obviously finding ourselves a bow. Now the bow, we can take care of Eastern, get one of our 3 crystals in Light World. Almost nearing unison here as a result.
Yeah.
I'd be a little careful there because Ryu was still in 1-hit knockout there. So if he was a little too close to the bomb, he would have died, which is kind of stinks. So almost in tandem here. Both our players are headed in to Eastern Palace here, and so I guess we'll see literally identical effects here. Of course, what could change that is you all. You know, maybe you all want them to suffer a little bit here. The time to maybe just somebody that, you know what, they didn't respond to your message in chat that one time you were watching them, and you say, you know, I'm gonna get you now. You know?
He banned me 2 months ago. He's gonna get it
you
now.
Know? Maybe they weren't good enough at the game they were playing. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna get you one day, and hey, maybe this is a good time to buy them, making them have to traverse back through this dungeon again, or make their experience in the dungeon a little bit more miserable. Just saying, just throwing it out there. You know, the players have already been professionally and classically trained that they should expect the worst, actually worse than the worst. So this is your time to shine, chat, because this race cannot be interactive if you all don't interact, doggone it.
Well, we got an interaction right there with Ryu finally getting a little bit of love on the sword upgrades. Slowly but surely catching up to the butter cutter that Pooh is sporting.
Of course, he was also given Ice Spell right after it. As like, here, have this, but slip and slide time. Yeah, so
you gotta take the good and the bad.
Yeah, so FY with swords, you cannot be upgraded any higher than level 4 or downgraded any lower than level 1. So if someone to keep giving them an upgraded sword, you would still cap out at butter, no higher than that. So no like level 7, some ultra butter or something like that. So minimum maximums will still come in play. Money can cap out at 9999. Hearts can be reduced down to a minimum of 3 heart containers. Things like that. Of course, if you're someone just joining the stream, you can, if you are following, you can get your free promotional credits to use any way you want to, either yourself one effect or maybe combine with someone else just by typing !free, and you'll be given 50 promo credits to use at your own discretion there.
Yeah.
Now, of course, if they're getting their way through Eastern here, there are only 3 items to find before they will need to have that bow in order to get towards the boss.
Yeah, and with 1 chest left, it's not looking too good.
Wow, neither is Ryu's arrow count here is quite depleted here.
Yeah.
Of course, knowing Ryu is playing out of logic currently, Pooh has already realized that he is out of luck here. And so they're both going to end up not being successful with their Eastern plays this early.
Mm-hmm. You think we're gonna see Pooh go up the mountain now? Maybe. I think it's somewhat likely decision at this point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So we can't do too much in the mountain because right now in our current state, all we can really do is the Lost Man, and we can check Spectacle Rock. You know, we don't have Hookshot to go the bottom way. We don't have Mirror to go the upper way. But again, it is 2 items, a little out the way. But as typical in randomizers, and we've seen a lot, especially over the main tournament that's been going on, sometimes these onesie, twosie locations that take a little time to get to can yield some kind of progression that we're looking for.
Yeah, anything that gives them some sort of way to start proceeding in a meaningful fashion is going to be a huge sigh of relief to either of them. But Ryu's definitely on track to go find himself a lantern pretty soon.
Oh yeah. So as Pooh makes his way up Death Mountain, the best thing he can find right now is going to be, he only has 1 item left he can actually acquire. He can check out top of Spectacle Rock, but that's about it. So he's hoping he can either find a Hookshot right now or find a Mirror. Mirror at least would give him access to Hera, but that's about it after that. But of course, we can use that Mirror other places as well. Mirror obviously would give us access to things like K45 and the graveyard, and
and you got the bow sitting on that rock, almost taunting.
Yeah, but sitting there high on this perch, and it will not be obtained right now because all we have in there is just a little love. I think I were him though. I would actually get that, being the fact we're an interactive race, and hearts can be very, very vital. It can, you know, when you get to ice physics and damaging item or enemies, hearts can be rapidly depleted. So I think I might have actually taken my time to get in that, even though we're at 10 right now, or I think it's 10 or 9. In this case, I think I did it.
Yeah, I would definitely take that extra little bit of time, especially being already on the top of the mountain. You're not going to go back in there.
Hey, maybe there's a time to teach Pooh Bear a lesson. Just go ahead and take one of his hearts. You know, you didn't get one. Fine, I'm going to take one from you. No, don't do it. Do it to both of them. Equal opportunity attackers, all right? So, of course, bow is going to be a problem. So, obviously, we're not even going to think about Eastern or Pod until we can find the Mirror.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to think of what other locations they have available to them right now. I guess they could play the lottery and go see what King Zora's has, but again, that's 1 item really far out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the kind of thing we have. I mean, I don't think, I think mathematically, we still have Zora. I don't think anyone's checked Zora yet. Now, again, we can't do anything else up there except Zora, but Zora is in logic.
I'm loving this play from Ryu, getting the fairies and even identifying that he does have the bee sitting in his bottles right now.
Gotta love it. So yeah, Pooh can go to Zora. Zora is in logic. We've got Catfish. We've got the Pyramid that's still there. I don't know if we've. I'm trying to recall if someone has done Digging Game as of yet.
I know I saw the Digging Game. Yeah, there was an arrow upgrade there.
Okay, yeah, I saw a glimpse of Stumpy as well. So we still have that. You know, we can go look at. Well, I think we were Skull Woods. We can go look in there at least. Obviously, no Fire Rod. And of course, obviously, we can still go into it, which is very, very not surprising. We can still go into Pod. Again, we can't do too much, especially when we know the right side is off limits because the bow is there, but we can still get a key early and be able to get a number of chests, especially with him having Lamp already. If we can get a key in the first one, that's a lot of chests we can go check out. So he's going to make that walk. Again, even though he's fake flipping, Zora is in logic. Zora is in logic.
Kind of ironic to have Squirtle being the one walking on water.
How does that work anyway? It's like Ryukahr tried to kind of go against it, trying to get the early keys, but without the big key, there's no boss anyway, nor fire. But he has his fire lamp, but maybe he just thought he would, maybe someone would just like fund him a big key. Apparently, I don't think we have that yet.
No, definitely don't think that
dropping
one's
keys
possible.
in chat.
He was, you know what?
Oh, that would be
he got a little overexcited. Got a little overexcited. Had one of those moments. Realized he could get there, but forgot he needs that key.
Yeah, we don't need a big key in every dungeon, but that one we do. We have to have that to get to the boss.
Looks like Pooh's probably gonna go check out the pyramid and maybe pop on over to the catfish at the same time because he is running low on places to go. Oh, and Ryu just got another sword upgrade. Crowdfunded on that one. Thanks for hitting up Ryu's GoFundMe page, guys. He's been really looking forward to that new sword.
Literally a GoFundMe. Can you please help me out with an interactive race level 4 sword? Okay, thanks. All right, so let's see if Pooh's walk is going to pay off, at least in this first destination. Again, the kind of thing that you still got to do no matter what here. We can give them all the swords and stuff, whatnot, but these essential items like mirror and bow, they got to find them on their own.
I think I saw at the corner of the screen some bombs in that stack.
Yep, a little tri-bomb action there, so not even worth him going over there. As you all can just give him bombs, right?
Exactly. He's sitting on a pretty 23 right now. He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah. So like I said, for him, if this doesn't pan out, again, the only thing he really can do right now, aside from this, is if he hasn't already been to Skull Woods, he can go check out early there. And after that, we're gonna have to hit the pod.
Yeah. Another dungeon he's gonna have to dive into without being able to beat for sure at this point because we know where the bow is. It's not hidden in there.
Now, technically, well, yeah, I don't think that's really it, man. We can't check in. We can't do any tablets yet. We don't have a mirror yet. Again, mirror pretty vital right now. Mirror is a very, very important item we need to find. Pooh's having a little issues here, just trying to
with the inverted buttons. Yeah.
I tell you, it's something you never can get used to.
Oh,
and there it is.
And there we go. There's a big one.
So with him. Yeah, so giving him the hook shot gives him access to the entirety of Death Mountain now on both light and dark rail.
Yeah.
Being able to take that bottom route, he's got golden gauntlet, so he's got tons of items to check now.
Yeah, he's about to be a treasure-filled little boy. Tingle's building up his riches slowly but surely, so he can start his map business.
No, indeed. So we're talking about right now. He's got Eastern Death Mountain. He's got Spiral Death Mountain East. Harris fully clearable since we have that lamp in play. We've got the Ether tab, and of course, Hookshot Cave, obviously, and of course, Bunny. So we've got tons of stuff over there, and hope we can find some kind of progression. Hopefully, a mirror. Mirror again, very, very nice here to find there.
Yeah, mirror would be huge for both of these players, just because not only does getting the mirror unlock so much that you can do, but it does give you that bow as well.
Yeah. And of course, saving quitting gets old, because once you get in the dark road, you have no way back until you do that.
I don't remember. Did Pooh check the spike cave when he was on the mountain? I think he just left.
Yeah. And of course, we're getting Bombos there.
There we go.
So again, that might come and play a little bit later. Turtle Rock is a required crystal dungeon this time.
Ooh, and a single green rupee sitting there at the end of Spike Cave. Unfortunate. After the one move that could have put him ahead. I think we can both agree at this point that if that Pooh is at least a little bit ahead in this race.
I'll tell you what, it might be ahead, but that cave, I mean, he did get some life here, but other than that, that was not as hopeful as he probably wanted to be.
Yeah.
Really disappointing to see so many items in one location and really not getting anything that you really wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And I was speaking of things you don't want, Ryu getting all his buttons all jacked up for the next minute, so. There we go. So we're going to take a glimpse here up there. We got another heart contender sitting on the floating island. Again, another item that's mirror locked.
Mm-hmm.
So as expected, I expected him to go take care of Hera first. Not having mirror would require him to go back up again. So he can go do this. I'd go check out the tablet over to his left, which he's going to go to right now.
Hold that sword up and pray.
Yeah, what you all giving him these swords, he didn't have to worry about anything. Only needed Master Sword in the book to do this. And ironically, the pair with his max sword, max shield.
He's got max shield, max sword. Just get him that red tunic and he's decked out, dude.
And you know the best part about this, having all those upgrades? One hit knockout and insta kill won't save you from
nothing. Nothing can save you from the fury of the viewers.
You know, it's like playing a Mario game and you having a Starman and you just jump down a pit.
Exactly. Like, oh. That is exactly it. Yeah. Nothing can save you from. Nothing can save you from the sweet release of the viewers of the viewers' almighty power.
Alrighty. So there we go. Pooh having a key already. So again, possibly need to go to the basement, and we're gonna have to go to the basement.
Yeah, he's going.
Yeah, we don't have a big key, so no option. So he gets a little. He gets like about 30 seconds to relax here. He's gonna use his iframes on the blocks here.
There he is.
Chill. Get him a sip of water. Maybe some GrandPooBear juice. I don't know. He's got in-game brand and women's service. I wasn't surprised that he has his own energy product these days now.
I think he drinks exclusively Pooh Goo.
Pooh Goo. Wait a minute, isn't that Nickelodeon thing? I'm thinking about, no, that's Goo Punch. I'm thinking about one show back in the day.
So Ryukahr would just dump slime all over everyone. Yeah.
Oh hey, hey, you on? For those who know, wow, somebody is not a fan of him chilling.
He had the fairy though. That would have been having to resit through that tile room would be so awful.
Somebody was not happy that he was just sitting there just relaxing. It's like, look, I need you to have more button inputs. Okay, thanks. Yeah, boy. So obviously going to find the big key here. Have no option in order to proceed forward. Doesn't have mirrors, so he's gonna just loiter a bomb here. He's gonna walk it back here. Looks like could have gone with the option to just just bomb himself to death or use the enemies, but having blue mail takes a little bit longer. I'm not sure if I think it probably still would have been a little quicker, but hey, at this point, who's counting frames, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Especially when you got a fairy, right?
Yeah, another fairy. You guys are keeping him safe today. Did he tell you to let him win against Ryu? Was he worried about Ryu outplaying him? So he had to make sure he had those fairies?
Oh, I don't know about that one. I tell you what, man. It's kind of funny how the fairies can help you, but they can also hurt you when you're trying to death warp.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
Yeah. Who's winning is really kind of hard to tell in a race of this setting. I mean, we have players on different paths right now. Both of them have one particular crystal. Of course, PooBear picking up another bottle. Mm-hmm. So I think we have 3 for. Is that 2 or 3 for each player now?
I think that's 3 for each player now. Yeah.
Yeah, 3-3. So obviously, bottle's very nice to find. Found 3 of the 4 already. And obviously, he's gonna look for items here. Only 2 items here to find, but
respect to that ice physics activation right before Troll Dorm. Really love what you guys are going for here.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, if I was a person who had effect into what would happen to these players, I'm always a fan of making controls very problematic on small platforms. I'm just a fan of it. Yeah, you don't have a chance to do this any other time.
Can drop you all the way down the Tower of Hera from the top to the bottom. A quick invert might just be what seals the deal on that one, you know?
Invert plus ice plus inverted controls. And his ice spell conveniently ends, so he should be fine now.
Cleared through that like it was nothing. Yeah, that was a fast, clean kill. The people's champ showing how we earned the title, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this, for those who are just joining the stream, they are still playing. This is a Link to the Past randomizer interactive race. So if you're familiar with speed gaming, you probably have at least seen one A Link to the Past randomizer race. They are playing in open mode, so the same thing you would typically see in a randomizer race applies, except that you all can interact with these players in real time into their game. You can literally manipulate the RAM values and all that geeky mess to do whatever effects you send them. You know, if you are curious about what you can actually do to their games, you can type !bitrace and you can see, yep, all one word, and you'll see the menu to see what's on the menu for today's lovely dining course here. What you can do to our players. You can send them items, you can take away items, you can kill them in one spot, mess their controller up, ice physics, one-hit knockout, so many fantastic things.
Now the path Ryu's on, he's about to get that nice hook shot as well, be able to unlock the same progression and start catching up a little bit, because I think at this point Pooh does have one more crystal at the very least. So in terms of getting towards Ganon first, he does have a little bit of an advantage right now, but I still think that mirror is going to be a pretty big deciding factor in this race. Yeah,
indeed it is. And you can see Ryu just getting hit, so he's going to basically be backtracking on what Pooh's already doing right now. As Pooh gets his first chance to check Dark Death Mountain here, we want to be able to check out obviously Hookshot Cave. We can check out. We can take a glimpse to see what medallion we need for Turtle Rock, to see if that's going to be an issue. We have 2 of the 3, so likely we already have it, but no guarantees. Yep. So if you all want to contribute towards this, you can do so by typing free, or alternatively, if you want to get yourself some own credits, feel free to cheer in the channel. And of course, if you cheer in the channel, you'll be as the bot will process them, you'll be given 1 credit per bit that you cheer in the channel, and you can use them as well to harm or help your favorite runners.
Going through, we got 2. Oh, there's the Zora flippers being unlocked for Pooh over there. Not exactly what we needed, but still not a bad find. I guess with Swamp being non-essential, it's not going to be the biggest game changer, but diving into Swamp is definitely going to be more doable now. And we got that was Bombos, right, on top of the Turtle Rock.
Yep, indeed.
Yeah.
So of course, no problem with Turtle Rock access. Just can't do much. We've got to find Red King to even have a chance in there.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, but still, mirror, a very, very vital thing here. The bow, obviously, we need that for many things. And as PooBear is sliding on the grass here, this skiing literally here. Oh boy, gotta love it.
So Pooh, you think Pooh's taking a trip over to Ice Palace now? Looks like that's his next move.
Well, I'll tell you. Well, Ice is in logic. Again, potentially, not fully clearable yet, but it is in logic. He can obviously take care of the balls. Depending on how items fall, he may not be able to access certain sections of it. But he does have the hook shot. He may need to bomb jump it. But it is an open access for him, especially the fact that he's already taken care of on both sides of Death Mountain. All those kind of things like that. So for him, I think that's the only thing he really has left aside from taking a glance inside of Skull Woods.
I think earlier he did, before diving into Thieves Town, he did take a quick little gander into Skull Woods too. He could always peek in Palace of Darkness as well, but on the same note, knowing where the bow is, I don't think he wants to make that move.
Yeah, again, it's one of those things. It's a pretty long walk anyway. And optimally, obviously, many players, especially when both, even though pot is a pendant, I'm always that person say, "Oh, if it's a pendant, there's something stowed away in there."
Yeah, that's usually the idea, because the stars really have to align if all your necessary items are going to be only in crystal dungeons.
Yeah, and I think it's one of the things that in this race I would probably go over there first to see because the fact that for being a pendant already, and we know we can't even full clear it because we need bow. There's a chance there's a lot of stuff in front of it.
Yeah,
and you know very very quickly if not your bow locked. I mean, first chest if you don't see a key, you're out. You're done.
Yeah, and sometimes taking those risky moves when the ones you think your opponent won't make, kind of banking on the RNG. If you do get something good, you know you're going to be ahead for a while. But there it is, unlocking the mirror.
So there is that mirror again. So sitting in a required dungeon here, so he has that lovely thing there. He can take care of. Obviously now that puts a lot of the tablets in play as well. Nothing on Floating Island. Swamp is fully clearable. Of course, Swamp is just a even though it's just a pendant. 6 items are in there.
It's a lot of items, yeah. Because they're still gonna need,
obviously most important, that bow.
Yeah, they're still gonna need the bow, the red cane, the flute. Right? Is Maya required? I think it is.
Yeah. So yeah.
No,
well, actually,
like
Maya is actually
no.
a
It looks like
ring
it's
this
dependent.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but nevertheless, it doesn't mean we don't necessarily need it because one thing that had the flute, I mean, fast travel, you know, anything that keep us off the ground from the chat killing you all is probably a good thing. Of course,
Yeah.
I haven't seen anyone actually die while in flight with the duck. It has happened a few times where our chat has killed our players in some very inopportune times. In the middle of, say, a door transition or some kind of things like that, and as expected, is you don't know exactly what will happen when you have such, you know, fantastic timing. Let's put it that way. So we'll see what happens. Of course, you know, Meyer Shed could have something there. Checkerboard Cave. Obviously, things that we're still looking for. Obviously, Red Cane being something that we need to find. Obviously, Red Cane, Fire Rod, and Ice Rod. Gotta get those done.
Setting up for that bomb jump, hoping to get that going now. I'm just a little bit off.
Gotta be careful here.
He's low on hearts too. He's not even gonna need the. Oh,
not anymore.
I'll hold my breath.
Good job, Pooh. They give you a gift, you immediately lose 1 and 2. Now, he does have fairies there too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're playing a race like this is the time you do not want people to one-hit knock you out or just insta-kill you because Ice is not a fun dungeon. Hint. No, I'm speaking on behalf of a player. You know, you don't want that kind of stuff. This is why. Oh boy, and he is in one-hit knockout mode.
There it is. Yeah.
So he's got to tread very, very carefully here.
He's got a couple of fairies banked up right now that I at least know of. But that last chest that last bottle he found had a bead, and I don't think I ever saw him get rid of it.
Yeah, he doesn't have too many problematic rooms right now. I mean, except with this firebar here, he's gonna wait it out.
He's playing extra safe right now. Yeah.
Yeah. He's trying. Don't be scared, baby. Just go down this little staircase.
He's tiptoeing. Those stairs when you don't have the boots can be a little annoying to try and get through, though.
Yeah, it's a really nasty.
Got it. Yeah.
So he's gonna use Bombos again to get rid of these monsters. He's gonna be careful here. Yeah, he's literally waiting it out. He's doing some pause buffering here. But it doesn't matter because he's back on
again. Yeah. You can't pause your way through this one, Pooh.
I tell you. Yeah, he already killed them. They tried to use another one, but you got them both on the first one. And yeah.
Don't even need the hit when you cast the death spell.
Did he try to Bombos buffer? Did he try to Bombos buffer out of that kill?
Was that maybe he was making those 200 IQ plays? I don't know. It looks like possibly.
Well, he's freeing that bead with the hopes that some generous person in chat will refill it. Of course, while it's empty, it's also a chance for him to get bodied as well. So he's basically vulnerable right now. And he's
he's bomb jumping without realizing it. Yes. Oh my God, that's fantastic.
It just went in effect. Oh boy, somebody gets a gold star for that one.
That's what I like to see in these races.
So he is still in one hit knockout as his sprite changes into the fall.
And now he's a pony again too, yeah.
Oh boy. And someone has gifted him a fairy. How thoughtful. Meanwhile, Ryukahr is going to be on Death Mountain. He's going to go all the stuff that Pooh got a little bit earlier here.
Mm-hmm. Check through all those items. Hopefully he makes the same decision to check the Ice Palace sooner rather than later. Get that mirror so he can feel a little more safe for the rest of this run.
Well, I'll tell you what, Michael K says, you know what, I'm going to get rid of that fairy for you. So here he goes. He's having to deal with crazy controls again. Of course, he needs to try to fully clear this in case he misses anything important. Now, there are 3 items in total to find it here. One of them being the mirror he's already found earlier. Thankfully, he's not in one-hit knockout. I love how the ice spell ends in an ice room. How convenient. No change.
Yeah, this would be a terrible room for one-hit KO. But he's got his controls back to normal now. Ice physics is already hard to deal with. Doing it with reverse controls, it's gotta be a pain.
Oh yeah. Not fun, especially on ice here. He's treading carefully here, man. I'd be a little scared right now with low health and
yeah,
you know, working so hard to get these item checks done.
And another key. So we still got 2 left. But Ryu is about to find the same thing that Pooh found in this cave earlier. He's going to get those flippers.
So you might see him make a track over here as well. So Pooh trying to slowly get himself through here.
And we have another sprite change up too.
Oh, welcome Mario. Oh boy. And looks like someone gave him a little fairy action there. And of course, that health won't stop you from a one-hit knockout, insta kill. So when he gets a fairy from health, a real-time fairy to give him hearts back up, but then he gets killed after it. What a combination plotter there.
At least he does have. Actually, does he have the net, or does only Ryu have the net?
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't have it. And one thing interesting is that well, actually, I think he does.
No,
I haven't seen him even. Well, he doesn't have powder anyway, so he really can't do much of anything.
Yeah.
As you can see, just with all the deaths that has happened so far for Pooh, you know, these bottles are very, very vital. This could be even worse if we didn't find any bottles early.
Yeah. Yeah, these players have been blessed with triple bottles, man. That's a no joke amount of bottles.
And unfortunately, what he cannot bottle is up that one-hit knockout. He is back on again, boy.
But having found an arrow and bombs,
here.
Those are the last, I believe, the last of the items that he would be able to find in here. So as long as he doesn't take a hit, he should be okay.
Yeah, make sure he uses iframe items here. He's got 2 of them now. Never got Cape in play. All right, well, he's got these keys on lock here, and he realizes that
he's
trying to juke him.
He sees the 1-hit KO. Yeah, he knows what's happening.
Oh, boys. Playing with that firebar there. He's trying to get down here before he gets by.
Just in time.
Oh, boy. I tell you, both our players slipping and sliding their ways through this. Pooh Bear still is getting another death spell put on top of him.
We're starting to see how the chat truly feels now.
And I tell you, it's going to be interesting. Now, the good thing is he does have an extremely strong sword here.
Yeah.
He doesn't have Fire Rod to really get one of the faster kills. So as long as no one debuffs his sword, he's going to be in pretty good shape here. So long as he doesn't take damage while in this one-hit knockout.
Yeah, he's gonna have to be extra careful of that. I don't know if maybe he sandbags it a little bit with another double bombos buffer. We'll see. But I like the thrill of him hopping in here while the one-hit KO is live. It's a race.
Yeah, give the people what they want. They want to see the suffering here. So he's gonna go. He's gonna go. No shot there.
Yeah. You know what? Playing it safe.
You got 2 invincibility items to use them. Now he can still die here. Hopefully, no one will send him a instant death spell or one-hit knockout. So he'll be okay.
Yeah, just the one-hit knockout. But at least we have Ryukahr in the dungeon as well, already having achieved the mirror. But these inverted controls are, you can really see messing with them, especially in a room where getting hit by that fire bar could reset him a little bit. Actually, he didn't go for the bomb jump in that room now that I'm noticing.
I'm sure Pooh is just glad to get up out of there. Again, that heart is now behind him. Fully cleared it. No need to ever go back in there again.
Ice Palace is already painful enough as it is. Throwing it in with these shenanigans. It's gotta be.
So the first thing he's gonna do, because he gets his he's got inverted controls here. He's got his sword downgrade, which is not too much of a threat right now. But first thing in his mind is get that bow. And oh boy, the death spell. See, y'all should have done that a little bit earlier, before he got past all the cabbages and Brussels sprouts or whatever you're calling them right now.
That track right for the bow, it makes sense. We're probably gonna see him do a back-to-back Eastern Palace of Darkness clear if I had to take a guess after this.
Yeah. Oh boy, and Ryu gets hit with a death spell that, oh boy, body's in there.
Luckily, he did have that fairy too. You know, that detour he took back in the desert is definitely showing to have been useful there.
Yeah, these fairies proven very, very vital. I'm sure we're probably gonna make our way to double-digit fairy revivals of both our players at this point, easily.
Yeah, honestly, I think we might even already be in the doubles. And I can see more fairy bottles queued into the chat too.
Yep. And man, I'm telling you, Ryu getting stacked with one-hit knockouts all of a sudden. You know, they're on Pooh. Now Ryu's not getting neglected either because he's getting his attack of one-hit knockouts as well.
Yeah, people like understand the vulnerability that Ice Palace puts on you and taking advantage of it. That's new for me. I didn't realize that Bombos skipped the division phase of the red jellyfish. Interesting move here. I'm wondering what Pooh's plan is, not having... Oh, never mind. I thought he was going into Skull Woods again there, but not having the fire rod. That would have been a strange move. Sitting there with another death spell on him now, though. The one-hit KO is ready. He's got to play extra careful, especially with these crows that are going to be flying around soon.
Yeah, he's going to be careful here. And probably uses invincibility.
Yeah, he's not taking any risks.
Got him.
That half magic early on has been a real blessing. I got to say, half magic is one of the OP effects you can get in these interactive races.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's bottles and invincibility items are kind of your golden tickets to the wrath of the chat at times. But you know what will overwrite them both? Those insta kills.
Those
one-hit knockout puts that onus that scare tactic into our players here. Would have to be very, very tedious in their movement and whatnot, and use up a lot of their safety items. But that can all be overwritten with just one simple insta kill. As we've seen quite a few of them already given to both players, man. Chat. Yes, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's interesting how if you're a first-time viewer of this, because you say, "Oh man, they've got best sword, they've got best invincibility items, they've got butter sword already," but because it's interactive, Hey.
And now we're seeing Pooh doing a lot of accomplishing a lot of the tasks that Ryu has already kind of gone through earlier, including getting this chest open, returning, you know, essentially being the Hyrule version of an Uber driver for the little frog.
Oh yeah. Yeah, quarter magic is a thing here. So obviously, if they actually find half magic while someone either gives them half magic, then you go to quarter. No 8th, no 16th, no 32nd magic, but of course, speaking of magic, there also is an effect that we haven't seen. Very, very rarely do we see someone using it, but there is an unlimited magic that it can take advantage of for a minute. So they can just spam Fire Rod to their heart's content if they had it, which they don't right now.
Oh, and he put his chest a little too close to his warp panel, and Pooh just lost it. He's gonna have to take a trek all the way back, pick up a new one.
Yep. So for those in chat who are new, it's like, hey, why is this interactive? Hey, you see that on Real Stream says Maltronk's death spells in it? You all can control various effects that happen in this game. If you look in the chat there, you'll see a race menu. You can use your credits if you're new to the stream. You can type !free. You have 50 free credits. If you cheer in the channel, you'll receive 1 credit for every bit that you cheer in the channel. And you can use those to apply whatever effects you want. And these will happen to the players in real time. You can kill them, you give them items, you can take items, you can do like PooBear, this guy, and was killed by you all, you murderers. Again.
He was just trying to bring that chest, man.
Saved by, oh boy.
And now it appears he's stuck.
Yeah, and see, so this is what happens when you take a chest on hand here. Either he's just appalled from all the stuff that has happened, or he's freeze. He's
so offended at the chest kill, he just doesn't even want any part of this anymore.
Yep, and this is what can happen, man. With you all timings, you know, it's kind of like just messing with a cart at any given time where you're playing. You know, the results can be unpredictable, and you cannot account for every possible situation. It's just impossible. So, so maybe the chat can kill him again to help him forward, since he cannot be moved. So maybe we have one gracious person that can unsoftlock him by just delivering him an instant death. How about that? Otherwise, Pooh will risk having to reset and may end up losing a lot of progress. I'm not sure last time he saved and continued, or save and quit, but Pooh's looking for a death. Or maybe you can have one of our lovely admins do it on the house, eh?
I'll put in my free bits towards it.
Of course, knowing Pooh, he has like 2 or 3 fairies stocked up. Oh my goodness.
That's just the hand that fate is dealt him right now. Ryu is slamming progress while Pooh's sitting here taking a nap, enjoying the nice scenery of Thieves Town.
Well, until Pooh can get saved here, Ryu's gonna start making a little ground.
We're seeing everyone come together uniting for the cause, though, and
the people are coming together to kill GrandPooBear.
You know, during softlocks like this, I'm sure he likes to sit around and take a sip from his fresh bottle of Pooh Goo.
Oh my goodness gracious. There we go. So as we get our song here that we all can now sit down from, flute is in play finally, and it looks like Pooh may get his wish.
The funding was accepted, and now we just gotta wait for it to go through. Ryu either doing a little dance of a tribute to the bird here, or just having inverted controls. I can't tell, but I like it. I'll say that much. I like it.
Yeah, it's not a fun thing to have. He's doing laps here. Is he waiting? Maybe for the fallen Pooh Bear?
An honorable move. Doing a dance for his locked brother.
Let's see here. Yeah, so we're going to see if we can get Pooh moving again here. Poor Pooh. Yeah, so Pooh got killed instantly while pulling Chester, the purple chest here. And you all congratulate yourselves for performing a soft lock for our player.
Yeah, round of applause for the viewers. Achieving what was thought unachievable.
No, he is soft lock. We have confirmed Pooh cannot move. He is confirmed with us that he is actually stuck. He cannot perform any functions in the game currently. Poor guy. So yeah, he is man, he is stuck like Chuck here. Yeah, I think he is actually. Wow, Chat, why are you all so brutal? What do you have the hard lock on for?
Soft lock would have been fine, but the hard lock, vicious.
Well, I guess it's only fair that you all take care of Ryu too. How about that? Dude. So while he's working on that right now, we're going to get him resolved. Ryu's going to continue on here. He's going to go look around, cheer out the city rooms that we haven't seen before, while we get Pooh Bear back going again.
I gotta say, I don't think I've ever looked at the NPCs.
I think it was a chat log to see who did that actually. Yeah.
The NPCs and randomizers just complement your sword, and yeah, pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so we're going to work on getting Pooh back going so he will not lose any progress here. So all in due time, you all. Things happen, you know. This is what happens when you get 2,500 people control of someone else's video game. It's break stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I mentioned, you know, when we're doing these races here, especially when you're manipulating the game's memory in real time, honestly, programmers back 20 plus years ago, we're not programmed or testing for this day. So when you start doing stuff like you all have the ability to do, you just don't know what's going to happen at every possible moment in the game. How does it handle? What is it going to do when it continues? So we are going to get him going. I feel kind of bad because I'm worried about Pooh coming back to the game, and all of a sudden he's going to get assaulted with like deaths.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what his progress sits at now.
Yeah, it looks like he has most of his stuff intact here.
Mm-hmm.
And there they go. So
those kill spells finally go
so
through.
Pooh
Way
has,
to go, Chad.
Yeah. So Pooh has all this inventory that we get everything situated. All those deaths that you all were trying to save him, well, they're rolling in right now. Yeah, so this is, by the way, can I give a shout out to our developers here who, the good thing about when situations like that happen is that they can literally back up their inventory in the event of a hard lock like this and just instantly restore it back. All your inventory, what you've done, what you didn't do. So even though that was unexpected, dude, it's all about that planning. This is why we have good things like this. And if things like that happen, we can just literally load state, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, all those pending actions are rolling in.
Yeah, and he is dying a lot.
Yeah,
I like seeing the occasional fairy come in an attempt to save him.
Oh yeah. So as he enjoys the wrath of chat, yeah. Yeah, so obviously there are many other effects that were queued in there as well. Obviously you don't want to necessarily remove some effects and take away some. Leave some on there. I mean, you can always share those with Ryu. Oh boy, Ryu gets his flute turned off.
Ooh.
So remember, you all, if you all want to be able to participate in interacting with the race, you can get 50 free promotional well, not bits, but credits to use towards your wants. You're deciding whatever choice you want to use or whatever effect, and also you can cheer in the channel. If you cheer in the channel, the bits that you cheer towards speed gaming can be used as well. You'll earn a bit, 1 credit towards whatever effects you want to use as well. So as you cheer for speed gaming, you'll get credits you can use towards the random effects that you see happening, like Michael turning off the flip for Ryu over and over and over again, right? So all you gotta do is get your cheer on, and you all can begin selecting whatever effects you would like. You can fund them together with other players, other viewers in the chat, in case something's a little bit too expensive for your liking.
And all that information on what you can do, how much it costs, all that'll be available if you type !bitrace in the chat, all one word.
Mm-hmm. Man, that's quite the kill there, man. He's getting killed so hard, it's actually just resetting his console. Whoa, we've really got into the memory here.
I think we should get someone to check on. I feel like these kill spells are a little too strong. I need like confirmation if he's doing all right in real life now.
Yeah, this is like one of those kill spells. I'm like, I don't know, like a episode of like, I don't know, Dragon Ball Z that's been building up across like 3 seasons, and he just unleashed it, and oh my goodness.
And every fairy that gets sent to him is the equivalent of a Dragon Ball collection.
Yep.
And another one.
Man, he's got a lot of stuff that was queued up here. He got 5 bombs, but unfortunately, right after that,
I can't help but laugh just a little bit. I know it's a little bit unfortunate for him, but just seeing them one after another is truly comedic for me.
Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of those deaths are kind of getting queued up here from him. We've finally got a game over screen he can save and quit. Man, that was quite a bit. I will say you all were really hard to restore order to Pooh's game here. Note to self: do not kill player while pulling Jester. Lessons learned. All right, so as Pooh's making his way up to Eastern with his bow, remember that way back when before he got assaulted? Oh boy. And oh, Ryu
there
just
we go. Now Ryu gets to feel the love a little bit too.
Man, you just sit in your house and you just get dead. How unfortunate.
Just trying to take a nap, man.
Oh boy. So here we go. So Pooh is making his way up to Pod here. Again, having Mirror in play, they're probably going Pod and start looking for some things here. He gets with an ice spell and saving quits. He's not a fan of that. Oh my goodness. I think he was trying to figure out what he wanted to do. I'm not sure what was going on. He wasn't waiting for anybody. He was just kind of, I don't know, just trying to get his action plan together.
Who definitely with a good move right now going. I love the efficiency of the Palace and Eastern together. So you hop out of the Palace, you use the mirror, you finish the other one, and it's like the fastest double pendant you can grab. So it's just such a clean move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did have that. I think his magic was buffed up there.
Yeah,
you can temporarily upgrade their magic. Yeah, so you can provide a permanent upgrade of their magic, which so if they find magic, they'll end up going to a 4th. Or if they have it, they can obviously turn half to 4 for a limited time. So again, that's one of those short-term effects like buffing the armor. Both players are actually. So I'm shocked they're actually only at blue mail, to be honest with you, with 90 minutes in.
Yeah.
Very, very typical for all of our players to say have, you know, max sword, max shield, max armor, in a bid race.
An interesting choice to see Ryu diving over to the Mire region after obtaining the bow. Probably just banking on picking up a couple more of those essential items.
Want to check that shed there, you know, just in case, because obviously, you know, we're missing quite a few things here. You know, eventually we do have to do Turtle Rock here, and 90 minutes in, I mean, even though we're in an interactive race, I mean, we still don't have Red King Fire Rod or Ice Rod. So we're missing quite a handful of items here. And I'm thinking you might find maybe the Red King might be here in Pod, because this is our first glance at it. And we kind of have many other things we can't get to. Well, or it could be sitting there in checkerboard.
Yeah. Looks like his little detour is going to end up being very worth it.
Yeah. So that gives him that, which is fantastic. But now we can take care of Skull Woods, which is one of our red crystals, one of our 5-6 crystals.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be needed for Turtle Rock as well.
Yeah. So he's going to go back home, refill up. Meanwhile, Pooh is making his normal path through here, not having to worry about being bow locked, obviously. And of course, having Mirror, being able to quickly traverse through this dungeon, find the Death Force, which obviously is a little challenging with fairies in your bottle. I really love the fact, again, as something that can be so helpful for them to keep them from having to replay parts of the dungeons can also be a hindrance if they don't have Mirror here and someone keeps filling their bottles up and fairies and they can't Death Warp. So I'll tell you, pro and con for the same item.
And again, Ryu is going for a jump into a pendant dungeon, but with 6 chests sitting in it and needing so many items, I think he's just trying to get himself into go mode so he can clear that Palace of Darkness, clear that Turtle Rock as fast as he can without having to worry about it, hopefully finding the items he needs over in these dungeons.
Yeah, he's definitely going to try to work on full clearing this. I would not be skipping left side in this instance, not when there's still a couple items we have to find. And of course, as well, if you also remember back when, Boost is still Desert Lock. Boost is Desert Lock. What is that? Desert is Boost locked. Of course, there's the opposite rod. Pooh Bear finds the Ice Rod there in Pod.
Ooh.
So again, an essential item required in a pendant dungeon again.
Yeah, both players holding one half of the puzzle.
Got to. Yeah. So here we go. And of course, just FYI, you know, for all you all being so supportive towards this bit interactive race, we all do know that obviously these players, even though there's a lot of headache involved with them, our players obviously are, as they would say, as I said before on Legend of Hidden Temple, they are handsomely rewarded for their efforts. So obviously, a majority of the portion of this support will go towards our players for enduring the suffering that you all putting them through. as well as the amazing developers of this, and of course Speed Gaming for providing the means to provide you this race in the first place. So win-win for everybody.
Ryu was just gifted a very nice present in the swamp. Getting the silver arrows along with the powder right next to it. That powder is going to be pretty nice to be able to hold on to, especially since he already has the net.
Yeah, very, very nice thing to have there. And of course, that sound means someone just put on one-hit knockout. Michael is a fan of these one-hit knockouts as he gives both players a death spell.
Oh.
So everybody's in you better not get touched by anything mode right now.
Yeah, gonna be playing it extra careful. Using the cape, playing it extra safe, but he's very low on magic. Ryu is gonna have to just not make any careless plays right now. He avoids flooding the key, which is always good to see.
Yeah, but he's using that cane there, sparkle cane, to keep him safe here. So +1 heart form. So far, obviously, a valuable thing. Find that ice rod there. And man, Mike going in here. Another death spell for Ryu. Both our players. Wow, and that was very, very close. Poos. He kind of missed a shot there. I'm glad his death spell ended, but I think it wouldn't matter anyway because he was going to mirror out anyway. Again, both our players slipping and sliding around here, and Ryu gets his D-pad inverted right as he was trying to go through the door.
That would have been the perfect if one hit KO was on. That would be the the funniest moment.
Oh boy, everybody's having inverted D-pad and buttons right now, so joy for both our players and maneuvering around at the moment. No, it's so good, and ice just to make it a little bit more worse. Now, of course, as we have all you lovely people here, just a reminder, as we progress through this particular race, immediately after the Link to the Past randomizer race concludes, these two players are not done yet because we're going to go immediately into our Super Mario World randomizer interactive race. So, if you need something else, dude, we're going to hit the Zelda franchise. And we're going to go hit up the Mushroom Kingdom as well. So
what more
this
could you really ask for, right?
Well, what more? I mean, well, shoot, let's get a Donkey Kong interactive race, Super Metroid race, a Pictionary race. No, okay, not Pictionary, but I'm saying I got a little thing of Pictionary. But nevertheless, man,
I'm sitting here waiting for the Family Feud interactive race.
Oh no, you see, I'm all for game show stuff. You know what? I need to go talk to Speed Game and see if I can do some of my game shows here. Just saying here.
We'll see what the survey says.
So obviously having that boat, we can totally take care of this dungeon now. Of course, you all were so nice giving silver to Ryu as well. Uh-oh. I'm gonna go down there.
That ice is just so tricky when mixed with these inverted controls. You can see Ryu's playing. His gameplay is similar to that of the 12-year-old lads.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a good thing that he didn't have his one-hit knockout still on there, because that would have bodied him when he jumped off that edge.
Yeah, that's when they really get deadly. When you mix the one-hit KOs with the ice, with the inversions, when you're able to get like a trifecta of those three going on, that is probably the scariest either of these racers are going to be. Having all three of those activated at one time. All right, so here we go. GrandPooBear about to get to
Our Helmet Sword King fight here. Again, very, very strong sword. Has hammer, so let's see how this goes here. So far, not much to worry about here. He's almost
breaks the helmet. Yeah, with that level 4 sword, it is not even a challenge.
Yep. And well.
Kane.
So 2 of those items we needed to really get this game done are found inside of Pod, yet it being a pendant dungeon. So definitely needed here. So that's going to give Pooh a little advantage here. Of course, in the meanwhile, Ryu is getting done.
He got the inversion right at the start of this fight, which is a little unfortunate, but he is sitting at very few hearts right now too. Depending on just how he plays, this could go any way right now.
Yeah, he's got that level 4 sword, so a couple of swipes on him and he's gone.
Yeah.
Of course.
Unfortunately,
this dive. Left.
Yeah, this dive into Swamp appears to have been. I mean, he did get the fire rod in here, so not totally worthless by any means, but the rest of the dungeon did prove to be a little bit useless.
Yeah, both of these players happen to go through those. Yeah, both of those players happen to go through one of those pendant dungeons, and they have to do them both. Unless they clear them. Well, obviously clearing that swamp or that pot is required. But man, 3 of those items: fire rod, ice rod, and that red cane between those 2 dungeons.
Yeah.
So
we got
pretty
the
much
soda can back out again too.
Yeah, so and I believe we already had a check of found fire. We saw the fire rod there was in checkerboard. So it looks like we already had a medallion check, as a matter of fact. So as soon as we found those boots, that will give us go mode right there.
Yeah.
Gotta find those boots to get that key in Desert. Sorry, you cannot gift boots. You gift quite a bit of other things,
priceless items. You can't put any value on the boots. Legendary.
We can get them like some
maybe like some iron boots or hover boots, but definitely not Pegasus boots.
Mm-hmm. So here we go. GrandPooBear on his way to pick up his 4th crystal on our almost night fight here. And nice arrow distribution here.
Yeah, very clean. There we go.
All right, so he is done with that. Again, starting to get these dungeons here, getting that bow, obviously helping out tremendously as Rio's heading up to Pod himself.
Mm-hmm. Gonna go down that same trek that Pooh's just completed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, with the clever mirror location to hand in the extra item via the green pendant, picking up the silver arrows, which were already gifted to him, but gotta feel like a sense of self-satisfaction earning them like that.
Yeah, so obviously that green pendant, even having a bonus benefit as well. So he's got that, and I'm pretty stoked about that. So again, backtracking each of his steps, Pooh Bear is trying to figure out once to go there. I mean, I think the next step for him is to go take care of Skull Woods, having that fire rod, go ahead and get that done.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately saving Turtle Rock to kind of be your last thing you need to do, to avoid having to go back down away from the mountain. So if he's lucky, he'll find boots in there.
Yeah, that would be ideal. The question is, when he finds those boots, how long until he makes the call to jump into Swamp to pick up that last essential item, really?
Yeah, because right now, one thing he hasn't done, he hasn't gone to the he's going to go down. He hasn't been up to actually he is going to go up there. I think he forgot about the ledge up there. because he doesn't have the flute yet.
Yeah.
And he's got that. He's got, you know, those mirror spots. And I think he is going to be heading there right now. So he'll have that flute in play. Of course, always fun when you have to go this route. Thankfully, he has those gloves. It's not fun to be here when you don't have any kind of strength here. You have to walk it out, which is sometimes kind of a frustrating thing to figure out how to even do that part.
Yeah.
You gotta start from the bottom area. So he'll have his fast travel. A little late, but hey, better than never, right?
Definitely.
So Ryu in one-hit knockout in here. And I'm not sure if you paid attention to it because I hope he yeah.
Yeah, at least he
gotta be careful about that.
For now, but yeah, that just because he used up a fairy doesn't mean one-hit KO is over. He's putting on that cape and feeling extra safe now.
Yeah, quickly minion over to that cape to keep that in. But speaking of magic, there we have Pooh Bear back up to quarter magic, so he was upgraded his magic.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. Honestly, they're very, very scared to go through all this stuff here. Just one-hit knockout. Obviously, very, very. Ugh. I have to deal with that. I don't know what it is. It's just such a very, very scary thing to have. And of course, having to deal with it so much. Of course, Pooh's giving us a map check thanks to the D-pad and buttons being jacked up again for him. As you can see, all these unintentional map.
Yeah, here. Bombing the rock, unfortunately, not gonna get him through there. As many times
he's trying to find that button. Oh boy.
And looking for it, but it's not there. The purple chest from earlier.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if he may have to go get the frog again, most likely. I'm not sure if that sequence was completed. Yeah.
It looks like it, yeah. And still having trouble making sure his button inputs are correct with that inversion there, but I think he's getting the hang of it now.
Yeah.
I think that's
by the time he gets the hang of it, it's gonna be over.
Exactly. You get the hang of it, then it's gone, and you're like, oh wait, what's going on now?
I tell you.
Ryu is just slowly but surely progressing through the rest of Palace of Darkness, about to go dive into, what, like 9 chests? There's so many in that back side of that dungeon.
I don't know, for some reason I was Pooh right now, I'd like save and quit. Get a little scared at the moment. So here we go again.
Here we go.
Second attempt to get Chester to his master down there in the desert. But he's gonna get that flute active first. Can't really blame him for that. Oh man.
That's not that flute reactivation. Or I guess activation for Pooh, because Ryu had it for a while now. That's gonna be
enjoyed because I was just one of those things that even if he activates it can be turned off very quickly by a chat. Even there's a limit. Otherwise you all be doing it all day long. Alright, so here we go. Pooh's gonna get this chest down and we can finally discover what is inside of here. Hopefully it's a nice pair of Nikes or Jordans or Reeboks or Kobe's or something.
You gotta appreciate that bird putting in the double time though, going and, you know, grabbing not only you but your chest at the same time. Impressive strength in one small little flying fella.
Oh yeah, that is right. This actually, that's where I forgot. He did lose it one time when he was on the ledge and he lost it on the portal. So this is his third attempt to get Chester to his home. So he gets that. He goes to the portal. He's gonna probably check out the tablet as well while he's down here.
Yeah, that'd be the logical move at this point.
Man, all that effort.
All that effort.
Ah, boy. He went through, he lost it once, got soft locked, hard locked, and all for 5 rupees. Life struggles are real.
Sometimes hard work doesn't pay off. Not in Randomizer.
Yeah, unfortunately, Bombos is not paying off. And of course, Pooh may not pay attention that his flute is not active. So he is sending out his calls saying, please activate me back. But the chat is not listening to him. Oh, boy. So back he goes here. So the quest continues here. So for right now, all he can really do right now, again, he can go to Turtle Rock. He can hope that he can find the boots there. If he can find the boots there, then that's go mode for him.
It's a real rough, you know, I think that's where we're gonna see it. It's a rough place to get it, but Turtle Rock is now looking like the only place that boots are gonna be sitting compared to what we've seen from both these players.
Yeah, and of course right now what he hasn't done, he hasn't gone to a Meyer shed or get the fire rod over from Checkerboard that we already saw Ryu do earlier.
Yeah, he's gonna be happy about that.
Yeah, he definitely gives that day anyway, even think about that. So we still have since we have a lot of people in chat, man. We've got over 2,600 people in the chat. So if you're new to the stream, you don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know either. We're just here trying to figure out ourselves. But we are doing an interactive race where you all can influence what does happen in real time for our players in this Link to the Past randomizer race. Things just like the infinite magic you see Rio having with the next rainbow action on his magic bar. You all can cheer in the channel, and you all will be giving credits that you can use towards the various effects that you can apply to these players. You can check out the menu in chat. I put it in the chat a couple times for you. Pooh Bear is canceling like a nut house there. What is going on? Trying to get that fire rod there. And of course, you can use those credits to do those effects. You can check out the list there, see how much they cost, and that's what you gotta do. So you can get free 50 credits as well if you are new to the stream. You get your follower credits, 50 to use how you want to, or you can obviously combine them with other players or other people in chat to kind of crowdfund any of your favorite effects.
Yeah.
So it looks like Pooh is going to so he's going to head up to Turtle Rock first, which isn't too bad, honestly, because you have to get it done anyway.
Yeah.
And you're not really going to be skipping many items in the first place, just because of the way the dungeon is designed anyway. And hopefully he can find it in here. It's got to get done anyway. And of course, we do have Bombo. We had a
Bombos panel. Yeah. Now Ryu's just gonna be doing the same thing that Pooh did earlier and getting that crystal from Eastern. They've both already dived into this dungeon near the start of the game, so all he really has to do is go forward, finish it off. Shouldn't take him too long, especially having those silver arrows.
Yeah, Pooh also has the silver arrows that he was also given by someone in the chat as well. Yep, they were. Yeah, everybody's been funded silver arrows, so joy, right? Not going to help too much on this upcoming boss, but at least not for Pooh anyway. But definitely nice to have for the Ganon fight, which, of course, you know, they have all these great things, but you know, as a viewer of the stream, your time to shine is when we get toward the latter part of the game. You know, we have a very, very long final sequence with Ganon's Tower, and you've got plenty of time to send your favorite effects to your players. You know, that's where the game gets good, honestly.
Yeah, would you really want your favorite player going into Ganondorf not prepared with 3 bottles filled with gold bees?
Hey. And let's say both our players getting a little taste of the infinite magic for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, just a reminder, As a player, it's kind of, I would say they're beyond the halfway point. Wow, Pooh, watch your step, man. These icy platforms here. Don't forget, after these two players finish up their Link to the Past randomizer race, they're going to be going right back at it with a Super Mario World randomizer race. A lot of people don't even know about the Mario World randomizer. It's not really new. It's been out for a couple of years, actually, but to show some love for the Mario franchise in the interactive state, that's coming up next, too, so we'll be here to guide you through that madness as well.
Yeah, it can get pretty wacky depending on the settings, too. I've seen SMW randomizers where players were required to clear underwater levels that didn't have water, and that's a test of your skill if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, the Mario randomizer has quite a significant number of effects to really make it quite a gauntlet. Depending on what settings they use. We're talking about, for instance, you can have it set in such a way that when you get to Bowser's Castle, for instance, where you normally can have to do one of the 8 doors, 1 through 4 and 5 through 8, you can have a gauntlet where you're forced through all 8 of them with no checkpoints. So if you mess up at all or die, the gauntlet is the serious gauntlet. What a way to end Mario World, though. Yeah,
that gauntlet's not like, those rooms aren't the hardest thing in the game by any means, but 8 in a row with no checkpoint, the pressure more than anything gets to you, man.
Oh yeah, man. Couple that with randomized enemies and just stuff like this. Oh man, what could even happen?
Couple that with the power to instantly kill someone, and they're gonna be having a bad time.
Oh boy, I tell you. Yeah, no fairies in Mario World. So nevertheless, Pooh Bear's infinite match is over. Someone decided to downgrade his armor a little bit. They're not feeling that riot shield, but and of course, a little while before he went in, he gets his stuff swapped again. Oh boy. I'm really proud of the chat for keeping our players alive for a while. I see you all like gameplay as well, as opposed to just mass murder nonstop. So I applaud you all. It was a very strange sprite there, and Pooh's getting low on health here. I'm gonna go over here and try to get these out of the way. It doesn't have magic powder here.
Mm-hmm. And Ryu revealing what's hidden behind the pedestal, the Master Sword pedestal, saying, "Can you dig it?" Looking like he's got a shovel hiding there.
Oh boy.
Oh,
so we got a shovel there, which oh boy,
kill on him too.
So the interesting thing about this is that this is one of those things where the boost could be shovel locked.
Yeah, I think that would be the cruelest thing that could happen, because when the shovel is hidden behind the Master Sword pedestal, at that point, you have absolutely no hint or idea what's hidden behind the shovel location. So it's one of those situations where you're essentially just have to hope it's not there, or bite the bullet, get that last pendant, and see what you can do.
Yeah, because nothing is holding them up. All they can do is clear Mire, and they have everything from Mire they need. So boosts could be there. I don't hope they are, but wouldn't it be really cool if they were? Because right now, GrandPooBear is honestly hoping he can find him here. Otherwise, he's going to have to go, hope he can find inside of Skull Woods.
I think Ryu's going to head on over to Turtle Rock right now as well. Looking like that's the move he wants to make.
Yep, and oh boy.
Oh, and there's a death. I think he's got a fail.
Who's working so hard to get out that door? Because if he can't make it, he's going all the way back to the beginning of the dungeon.
Taking it easy, yeah. Bam, there he goes.
He gets out finally. And someone refreshed him. Someone refreshed him all this stuff. He got refreshed right before he died, which is pretty unfortunate.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we do have Mimic Cave here. Boots could be lurking in here, which would be nice and convenient. As he tries to get these guys out here. Trying to get him all for the mass kill with the sword, either the bow here.
There we go.
But yeah, all you gotta do if you want to participate in the challenge, so you gotta do is simply you can get your 50 free promotional credits by typing this exclamation free one time. You can't be open. Oh my goodness!
There they are. You
mimic
said
with
it, man.
the boots. So that will put Pooh in go mode now. He has the missing thing. The only thing he needed was to get that big key out of desert on the torch, and so all of his crystal dungeons are clearable, and he is ready to go.
There, yeah. Didn't think he was gonna be able to come in the clutch that hard, but it's looking like he's got a huge advantage now, especially with Ryu getting killed right as he was entering that dungeon. I'm not sure if they got him before or after.
Ooh. And Pooh got killed in a tunnel, in the pipe. I've never seen that one, actually.
Oh,
I'm scared, actually, right now.
Oh,
okay.
He's still moving. Okay.
Whenever I see an unusual death,
bit.
I'm like, maybe he's just going to be standing on top of it or something. So, that's a first right there. But yeah, if you all want to participate in this, all you have to do is just request your 50 free bits. Promotional bits, should I say, or credits, but you can use those in your effects. If you want to do anything beyond that, all you gotta do is simply cheer in the channel like you would cheer in any channel on Twitch. Just cheer and you'll get 1 credit for every bit that you cheer in speed gaming that you can also use towards any of your effects. So once you have a few bits, you can also contribute for those other effects as well, more than what you get on the house. And of course, it's getting kind of close here because we know that Ryu will also find the boost here in just a moment as well.
As long as he checks that mimic. I doubt he would miss it, but it is one of those ones that sometimes slips in the back of your head, you know?
Yeah, Ryu got bodied pretty hard too as well. So let's say both of our players getting a very, very detrimental death that just knocked their carts senseless. Good job, chat. So he is also getting himself situated back up, making sure that everything's back in play before he comes back to life as Pooh continues through.
Man, that must have been one strong kill spell where he's sitting and doing his best to get back in the mix. He should be back and diving through Turtle Rock soon enough, though. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Yeah. So here we go. We're working on getting him. He's getting himself situated back up. So we are interacting with Ryu as well. So he's getting himself back set up right now, so he can continue as well. And here we go with Pooh.
With a one-hit KO active as well. Trinex not known to be the toughest of bosses to dodge. Still, there's a lot of situations where that one-hit KO can really come to bite him in the butt right now. He's not careful.
Oh yeah, he immediately goes to cave. He's not even.
Yeah, with quarter magic in the cave, I think he's gonna be fine. It's a good thing. It's a good thing these players are keeping such a good lockdown on this cave situation, because they're definitely taking advantage of it. So I believe now that he has cleared Turtle Rock, all that GrandPooBear has to do is go dive into Desert Palace, destroy those 3 earth snakes. Land Molass, I believe, is their name. And then after that, he's going to get to go and dive into Ganon's Tower, where the going gets real in these interactive races, where a death could be the difference between a win and a loss.
Oh, yeah. All right, as we make sure we get Ryu back set up so we can continue this race. The same way that happened before when we had PooBear getting knocked senseless as well out of the game. We're going to make sure we can get Ryu back up and running as well. But don't worry. We're going to get you all situated very, very quickly. And of course, this is the time to remind you all that if you do want to help participate in this, don't forget that if you are a follower of Speed Gaming, you can get 50 free promo credits that you can use to put whatever effect you want or crowdfund any effect. Hey, you say that's not enough bits or enough credits, but guess what? You can cheer if you want some more. So that way you can get exactly what you want. If you want to deliver all these insta kills like Michael K has been doing, seeing like all the stream, you can do so. And of course, things happen, you all. You know, of course, we also ask for your patience on this stuff because, again, when you're doing things like this in real time, where you're basically changing the game's memory on the fly, it's really hard to accommodate for every single possible instance. You know, every door transition, every, you know, a lot of things that happen. We're talking about just billions of possible unique scenarios. So yeah, things happen, and we appreciate you all bearing with the developers because obviously this is a very, very bold effort. A very, very bold effort that's literally being done by 1 or 2 people deep. And it's quite a lot going on, coupled with the randomizer itself. So literally 2 big old pieces of technology working together. And so obviously it's new, it's the hotness right now. And I appreciate you all kind of bearing with the things as they happen because, you know, nothing's perfect, but this is how we make it better. When things happen, we know what to fix and make it a better experience next time we do it. You know?
Yeah, get to work towards an ultimate product with none of these scenarios happening. Because every time we find one, we can figure out exactly what happened, how to isolate it, how to stop it from happening again. And honestly, sometimes these little hiccups are what make the races extra special.
Oh yeah. You know, when you talk about someone programming these things to work on both emulator, that's one thing, and that's the easy one. And then actually making it so people can play on hardware as well. You know, they've got a client running on their computer, receiving all of these orders that you all are processing. It's sending it through a USB to their SD to SNES cards, processing it in real time. We got a lot going on nonstop to provide this stuff, and you know, things go wrong. I mean, hey, you know, it can happen sometimes, but it's how we get over those hurdles. And these players are working right now, as a matter of fact, to get Ryu back set up with his save file, because sometimes things happen and you all body him so hard. But don't worry, Ryu's inventory is in the process of being restored in the exact state it was, because I told y'all we got geniuses on the back end here.
Yeah,
not just me and Expert are the geniuses. They are too, right?
Geniuses on the mic. We got geniuses behind the code on the back end here.
Yeah,
right. And it's looking like his name may not be Ryu in game anymore, but we should be seeing a fully decked out ryukahr very shortly, having essentially everything he needs to go and complete the game, excluding the boots, I believe. I think he's only a set of boots away, and as long as he gets back into Turtle Rock, dives in, and doesn't forget the Mimic Cave, he's going to be able to get that and keep up with Pooh, giving him a run for his money.
Oh, yeah. Yep, indeed he is. So, of course, it will continue on. Of course, just FYI, if you haven't already, make sure that you all, if you all want to see all the developments, because you know, bid races is a new thing. You know, this is only I don't think we're quite in double-digit races yet. We're getting close there, but this is a pretty new thing here. So if you want to know more about bid races, maybe learn about how it works programmatically and just follow them, I encourage you all to go check out the Twitter as well. And I'll drop the link in chat, but it's Twitter. It's on Bit Races GG. And I'll drop a link in there for you all, so you all can easily click Bit Races GG on Twitter. And of course,
you'll get all the developments, a lot of updates towards Bit Races. You'll be seeing the announcements for the races. And if you stick around all the way until the end of the stream tonight, after our extra Bit Race featuring Super Mario World Rando, you're also going to get to stick around and hear the announcement of the next Bit Race that will be hosted. Or interactive race, as I should be saying.
Oh yeah, this is there's a lot of stuff coming on here. Again, more races, and of course more. There are actually going to be more games that will be used in the interactive bit races as well. So keep an eye out over the future as well. Yeah, just an FYI for those curious, where do all the bits go? Yeah, so the people that benefit from this, obviously our players are the primary star of this. So our players will get the bulk of this, of the support, and as well as the developers of the whole thing in the first place, and of course Speed Gaming. So Speed Gaming are developers of the BitRace software, which is, man, that's a burden itself right there. And of course, our players that are featured in the interactive races, so they will definitely get that.
Yeah, it's nice. It's the pie being split up between everybody. It's really nice.
Oh yeah. So right now we're just getting Ryu's inventory set back up. Once we get his inventory back up to where he was prior to his game just having total fatality, we will be able to get just continued here. So as you can see, dude, this is what I'm talking about. In real time, you can see Ryu's inventory being restored. This is dude, we ain't slacking around here. This ain't some little wishy-washy stuff right here. We got some geniuses that we're making sure that we get everything exactly the way it is.
Yeah, populating that menu, man. You got to think how much of an in-depth knowledge these BitRace developers need to have in order to be able to just edit this on the fly like that. Like, I can understand, you know, maybe manipulating the save file and getting that set up beforehand, going in, taking your time, doing your research, finding out what needs to be manipulated. But again, the challenge of doing it in real time while the game is running from a remote computer at that is just so impressive.
Yeah. So right now, as they get the things restored back for Ryu, right now the bot is currently paused just so they can make sure we can get Ryu's inventory back accurate. And then once that's done, then the bot will be back active, waiting for your commands to be accepted. So we're gonna kind of pause the input of requests right now, just so he can get his inventory back up, and then you all can unleash your wrath.
That's a nice looking mirror Ryu's got. It's the first time I've seen one looking quite like that, but it's got a unique style to it.
Yeah, this is good stuff, man. Again, a lot of work here, you know, just from obviously the work that goes in just for the randomizer itself, you know, and as well as the interactive race. A lot of stuff going on here. Again, Discord, where we're talking about stuff, you know, talking about new features to add to it, a lot of testing. Of course, for those of you who don't know, this interactive race is also done in one-player mode as well. Some of you all may have seen some of the streamers that have been in these races doing a one-player edition of it, where just doing their normal streams, and it's pretty cool because you can almost have a more real-time experience, you know, with the without the restreams. It's very, very interactive in that aspect. I know Pooh's recently done one, Saku's done one, a lot of people have done one. So
yeah, there's something special about sending a kill spell in and seeing the look of utter devastation on someone's face as they're about to walk, collect the Triforce, and then fall over before getting there.
So again, thank you all for your patience on that one. Of course, if you want to learn more about that, make sure you follow the Twitter channel. A lot of stuff that goes on about that, all the good stuff. And again, just FYI, after we conclude the Link to the Past rando, there is a Super Mario World randomizer interactive race to follow as well. So if you've never, first off, you've never even seen Mario World randomizer, that's already a treat of itself right there, on coupled with the fact that you all can obviously affect it as well. So
all right, looking at Ryu's inventory, we're getting close. We've got, let's see, we got pretty much everything in order in terms of Y items, except for the bottles, but those will be in there soon enough. And other than just getting a few more of those passive items, the gloves, the flippers, all that stuff set in, we should be in place to continue up shortly.
Yep. Yeah, just FYI, the command list is actually, for those who are looking at the command list solely lists the commands applicable to this particular race. Yeah.
I believe
that is what you saw.
We're gonna have another a list separate for Super Mario World when that goes up, obviously.
So even the bot is as the bot is being restarted, I'll drop the link in chat for you all. So if you go to that link I just put in chat there, you'll actually see the menu relevant to the particular race you're watching right now, which is the link to pass randomizer here on Speed Gaming. So you'll be able to see all the effects there, the commands to make them happen. Of course, once the bot comes back on, then you'll be able to process those commands until we get the race back active. So check them out there. You can kind of plan right now in this little mini downtime right now. So right now we're working on getting all the Y items first, working on the A, and then getting all of our crystals and stuff set up. Again, they're sending this stuff in live memory, so we'll make sure one by one we make sure everything is there in place. I want to break his game again. You know, these mass. You know, when you start hacking around in games memories, and you all taskers, you know what happens. You did the wrong thing, it's gone. Yeah. So, by the way, we have one person working on getting this very, very accurate. So they already know exactly what they want. They're just making sure we do it one by one, accurately and correctly. So, thank you for your patience, as they will see on that recording. Yep. As well, just like a Windows 10 OS. Oh boy. I will not comment on operating systems. I'm a little biased. Yeah, exactly. So for instance, yeah, the silvers are obviously through Bitfunny, and obviously you won't necessarily see them as a temporary effect.
Yeah.
Actually, it might have worn off, actually.
I think the silver arrows are, if I'm correct, a permanent effect that a little pricey, but getting them is a pretty big step for the player. That's one of the few, I guess, non-essential, but one of the few items that are close to essential that you can actually give to the player. Because something like the hook shot or the hammer or anything that could be essential for solving a dungeon is pretty much off limits. It's a little too expensive to purchase through credits via via the interactive races. But things like the blue cane, the silver arrows, perhaps even the bug net can all be purchased.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they are doing that. Yeah, so for instance, when they have some of the effects don't show on the inventory when they're being crowdfunded as well, because it's actually as I've been told, there's a different value that actually puts it as an inventory item per se. So you've got that. It's a lot going on here. They're getting the medallions right. We know Ryu has one less medallion. We've got that situated. They're working right now on getting the pendant set up there, and it's a lot that goes on. And FYI, even though we've had not too many of those, all the things that have happened, any kind of anomalies that happen, obviously things happen. And throughout the week, I must tell you firsthand, there's a lot of testing that goes on to make sure that things have happened in the past don't happen again, or at least minimize the likelihood of them happening. But again, and not to mention testing that on both emulator and on official hardware. Again, two different means of the race operating, not exact same base client. So it's a lot going on as they try to develop for two different things at the same time when they come up. So
yeah, two different avenues of development. It's very impressive to see that kind of functionality go through it, but it does sometimes lead to a couple of small complications and all that stuff going on. But you know what? It's given us some time, Big John, me and you, to just sit here, chat, have fun. And this is my first time actually chatting with you before. So this is our first time getting to, spend some one-on-one.
Yeah, man.
Together. It's been nice, man.
Yeah, it's always cool, man. It's always cool to do this. I'm a little tired. We got a lot of commentary. There's a lot of commentary going on. I mean, there's always a lot of stuff on Speed Gaming between this interactive race. We got the tournament going on, the randomizer as well. I don't know how much you may have been working with that with commentary, but I mean, I know I've been on a lot of stuff as well. So it's so much going on in the community as far as what's going on in Speed Gaming between the tournaments between these interactive races. You know, things going on the other channels right now.
Yeah, and even the spectrum of games that
all
speed
that good
gaming
stuff
is covered too is like, I've never raced in a Link to the Past tournament for speed gaming, but I really I took place in some of the Odyssey competitions, in some of the Odyssey tournaments in the past, and they've done Metroid, they've done Link to the Past, Randomizer, both Key Sanity, both these bit races, the interactive races, all kinds of different stuff. I just don't even understand how speed gaming coordinates so many projects. It's massively impressive.
Yeah. Indeed it is. Can we disable running in the Mario interactive races? Well, can I keep that a secret right now? Shh. There's some effects that I've been trying to get the devs to add to the Mario World randomizer. One particular one I'm a fan of is disable left. As a Mario runner, you know, typically you're going right, and
left anyway, it's not gonna make it.
You don't want to press left. But
trying to go fast.
You know, if you jump incorrectly, you try to compensate by pressing left. If you don't have a left, you're stuck.
I think that's really. I like that. I like that a lot.
Put a pull request in. Oh, dude, I'm trying to, man. I'm trying to. I'm a little geeky when it comes to the code because I like seeing things like this. You know, I like when people do things that are unexpected like that. And when I think about like, hey, as a Mario runner, especially when there's a new Mario game coming out potentially on the interactive races, I'm like, hey, what kind of input do you want? Oh, like, man, I got a whole list of stuff I want to put in this thing.
Got a 6-page essay ready, yeah.
Oh man, I'm telling you, man. You all think you are like trolling the players? Oh man, I'm literally gonna give you a nothing but troll list. I'll tell you that. You know? Oh man, if I can get the random Kaizo block placement, just bam, block instantly. Like I'm talking about the effect where when you jump, like a block is immediately placed over your head.
Just one tile right above you. Yeah. No, that would be great, especially with in the one-player races where we can get a little bit shorter latency on that, where people could time it to maybe go while the player's flying or go into one of those areas filled with lava pits, just crushing their hopes in creative ways. Because it's always great to kill a player, like just outright kill a player, but it's so much more satisfying to cause a player to kill themselves.
Oh yeah. Yeah, actually, and this would be a good time to talk about. And by the way, while we have this little downside, what kind of effects would you all like to see in a Mario interactive race? Like, you know, just pull the audience here. What kind of things would you like to see in an interactive race, such that you can control what happens? Maybe an effect or strange power up, or you know, I see you all talking about moon gravity.
I think inverting water would be cool. Everywhere that doesn't have water has water, and everywhere that has water
doesn't. I'm literally I'm taking notes here. Literally opening up Notepad++ here.
Oh man!
You know,
shout outs to the Lanky Mario suggestion in chat. That would be amazing. Lanky Mario and SMW.
Oh yeah, invisible spray. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh, power up list. Can't pick up power ups.
Yeah. That's actually really good too.
Force small Mario. Oh, yeah. Perma jump. The player constantly jumps no matter what. Ooh, I like that.
Oh, Metal Mario.
Yeah, auto scroll is one thing we've talked about actually.
God, that would be the ultimate power. That's the one I would abuse the most. Being able to turn any level into an auto scroller. 100%.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, that's one right there. Midpoint list is actually one I've suggested to them. We've talked about speeding up the characters, slowing down the characters, speeding up enemies as well. Yeah, no run button. Yeah, typical. Yeah, you got to beat Mario 1 jumpless, right? Yeah, that's basically a guaranteed one right there. We're gonna get in there. It has to be. No jump. May you ask?
Talking about it's getting me excited for this one.
I'm telling you, right? No, you may not ask. No, yes, Chaz. All the support that's coming in from the bids, the streamers get the bulk of it. Our 2 players, they get the bulk of it, and the rest is split between Speed Gaming and the developers of it. That's where it all goes to. Myself and Exporter get a flat 0.
0.
We don't get that. We don't get 1 bit. We should put a petition in for at least our 0.00001%, right?
Yeah, cause a riot.
1 bit. Oh yeah, I think that's when we talked about forced 100-second mode. So they get forced to speed up already.
I like that. I like that one.
Bubblegum Troll King, that is one. Bullet Bill Airstrike is one. So if you recall, there are a few levels where the bullet bills come in from like multiple directions all at once.
Yeah,
that's actually already in there.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
Spoiler.
Dode brings up a good point too. Freaking Bonsai Mario World, pretty popular ROM hack out there, has some of the most creative like little tweaks between each level. That'd be a great place to pull inspiration from if short on ideas.
Oh boy. I saw Dode in here. I bet he's getting a little scared here.
I know Dode's waiting for this Zelda to finish up so he can get his dose of Mario tonight.
Yeah, as someone who's kind of played around with some of the ROM hacking a little bit, you have to be careful because you put too many sprites in the game and the game doesn't like it. It has some very strange
effects. Really weird. I know when there's Yoshi appearing in non-Yoshi levels, things definitely end up graphically appearing strange.
Oh man, screen wrapping pits. Oh my goodness, death pipes. Can't kill any. Oh wow, all enemies are invincible. Invincible enemies. Yeah, screen wraps were. Oh man. Randomly changing the game speed. I think we talked about doing that actually. So I think it's a little bit more complex. But oh boy. Hidden dev stars. Isn't everything dev anything? All right, so Ryu had to go through a save and quit just so they could continue to update the items properly.
Yeah, we're getting close here, guys. The race will be underway again very shortly, and we do really appreciate your patience in us getting everything straightened out here. Should be going in soon, but again, like we've mentioned, the amount of variables that come into play when you're doing this sort of thing live with real hardware, that being the Super Nintendo, the SD to SNES, or Flash cart, if you're not aware of that term. It's a lot of different pieces all coming in and working together. I could keep listing off more buzzwords. Oh, yeah. But you get what I'm saying. We're pretty far into this, but we're definitely getting close to getting back underway.
Oh yeah, I'm taking notes of what's going on here. Instant P speed. As soon as you start running, bam, P speed.
Yeah.
One of my favorites one I suggested was coins kill. So I like that, man. You know what? Thanks to you on the past 2 minutes, I literally have 24 options to suggest now.
Man, this has been
Yoshi jumps off of you.
Brainstorming. Yoshi jumps off of you. You know, that would be the ultimate one. And then Mario falls into the pit and feels the pain of what he's been doing to Yoshi all these years.
Oh, dude, all those people who've been Yoshi murderers. I can just imagine you jumping off the pit and Yoshi just throws you down in the pit instead. Oh, man. Fireballs cost coins. Oh, ooh!
We got a business major in the chat here.
kind of a spin-off of the retro mode on the Zelda randomizer on the classic mode where arrows cost rupees, kind of classic Zelda 1 fashion.
Yeah.
Half jump height, kind of like increased gravity. Oh, Gate Crashing won a nice little 60s vibe to the race with black and white mode. Fireballs cost time. Oh man.
I also like that. I also like that a lot.
Bandit Cullen, you are awesome right there. That is fantastic right there. Or maybe just anything. Jumping cost time. Well, actually, you know what? I got it even better. Any button press cost time.
Each input costs you an in-game 3 seconds. Yeah, that would be
every
sweet.
input. Every inputs cost time. Oh man, that could be awful.
That could be really stressful.
I mean, you'd have to like jump and let go of the button so you don't like, well, I guess the input would be a press and release of it. Because like maybe it should be only the ABXY. Because up, down, left, and right, oh, that's kind of dirty.
Yeah, that would be. If you're just slowly draining yourself by running.
Oh, dude, you know what? In the spirit of 96 Exit, no cape pumping.
Yes, no cape pumping. For a timer amount, or like make it one of those big purchases that's like permanent.
Oh man.
Because I think that's despite everything that's lovable about Super Mario World, at least in vanilla, the thing that makes it less exciting is cape pumping. That's it is as awesome as it is. It definitely makes a race less exciting.
Yeah. So I think we're just about there.
You can see his heart total is now looking a little more accurate. We're getting another save and quit to double check some other values real quick.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Poober is just kind of relaxing there. Yeah, we've got... Yeah, we're just making sure I'm just reconfirming with them to make sure they have the right one. We had Bombos.
Yes, we had Bombos. We had Quake. Despite, I don't think Ether is necessary for anywhere, but we do want to make sure we're accurate here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that while we get this stuff. So again, for those who are just joining right now, Ryu had a very hard a hard lock based on you all being a little too lethal to him. So we are rebuilding Ryu's inventory. They are literally going memory address by memory address, putting in all the items that he previously had prior to that hard crash there. And we're getting the medallion count correct, removing Ether, getting the crystal count correct here. And we got to make sure we have that sword there. Was that sword there a permanent effect? Again, some of the, by the way, just an FYI from a technical standpoint, the items that are given as upgraded don't necessarily show on the inventory. So even though it shows 3 on Ryu's inventory, he would still have the effect of the 4 that was ordered for him. Yeah, randomized buttons we have. Well, we kind of have that. We're calling that, by the way, the game. I'm calling it the Big John Special, the Chaos Control. Yes, Chaos Control. Because I have
if a sound clip of Shadow did that every time it was activated, that would just, dude, I could die a happy man.
If we could put that in some kind of 16-bit sample, I mean, you know, there's tons of Super Nintendo games that have audio, samples, but some kind of awful Murphy 16-bit sound.
Like in the same kind of effect in Sonic 3, like the Act 1 boss fights where they're like, come on! But it's that weird Genesis sound effect version of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my Sonic 3, man.
Sonic 3 is... Dude, that game has some of the best music of all time.
Oh, yeah. Shift hitboxes. All right, so we're getting the sword situated, getting the medallion, and getting the boots. And again, we're going to get them to play as soon as we have. Again, for those just joining, we had a hard crash. We're trying to get Ryu caught back to where he was, so he can continue accurately. Versus Pooh just taking off, and of course, if he was playing, y'all still would be probably bodying him anyway. So
yeah, both players at this point have gotten some sort of like pretty lethal lock done to them.
Yeah, how did it soft lock? You people. It's all of y'all fault. It's y'all fault we in this situation. You all were going just death crazy on these two players, and both Pooh Bear and Ryu have had their share of a hard lock because of you all. Y'all just can't do simple things like decrease the sword. No, you gotta kill them every second you get. Yes, us people. So
the chat's fault.
No, chat, you're just doing what you all have the ability to do, man, and things happen, man. Yeah, you oxygen breathers, you know, all you people that breathe oxygen. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah, So, just think you all, after all this downtime right here, as the devs are working to get us back going, just a couple minutes here. We're gonna, actually less than that. We're gonna be all right. We still got a Mario World race to do in this interactive style, so don't forget that we still have the Mario World bit race coming up right after this one concludes. So. No, man. No, honestly, though, I appreciate all y'all, man. Y'all are cool people. I mean, y'all are here. Come on now. I mean, we're sitting here on a Saturday night online watching two people playing A Link to the Past. Like, what's wrong with us? You know? Yeah, going outside and interacting with people, ain't nobody got time for that.
Nah, I don't interact with people.
Too scary.
I interact with races.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, instead of like going down meeting one of your boys at a like a you know, like, let's go chill at the bowling alley or something. Does anyone still bowl anymore? It's so expensive, ain't it?
You know, I think the only people that still bowl are like those like 30 to 50-year-old dudes who are super into it. Bowling's I think a thing of the past at this point.
I don't think I go anymore, man, just because, well, first of all, they ain't got my shoe size anymore. I know that's all. I'm start walking in some sneakers. Man, I remember back in the day, man, I could bowl on, where my military brats at. Man, you could get your bowls like 75 cents a game.
Damn. I feel like it's $8 if I try to go bowling. That's like on the cheap side.
Dude, like $1 at best, like in the early hours. And maybe get your shoe in them for like $1.50. Bump that. Them days are gone. Bowling while you're drunk. I don't know. I don't drink. I'd rather have a Capri Sun. Thank you very much.
Nice Kool-Aid jammer.
Back when I could go, man, dude, you could bowl. Man, when I was a kid on military base, for $10, I could do like 5 games of bowling and get my hair cut on base. Confirm Big John is 72 years old, apparently. $10 now won't even get you the part cut. Bump that. GrandPooBear getting some laps going around Turtle Rock entrance here.
Stretching his prosthetic legs there.
Oh, man. Dude, man, anyone military.
I don't know if he did that intentionally, but I'm having a good time with it.
Don't worry, just a little fake flipper off Turtle Rock. Everything is okay, I promise you. Dude. No, not at the bowling alley. You actually knucklehead. We're getting a haircut in the bowling alley. You got all the place you can like go shopping, get your haircut, get your nails did, and go bowling. And of course, in typical army-based tradition, go to Sbarro's and get your slice of pizza, or maybe Robin Hood. Oh my goodness! All right, so we're getting Tower of Hair. You know he had to break things here. Oh my goodness, you know. Let me tell you all something. You know what needs to exist? And you're gonna love it as soon as I say it. 2-liter Capri Sun bottles.
Oh, How has no one thought of it before this?
And just to make it more traditional, the opening at the top and the bottom is foil, so you can still stab the straw in the back. It comes with this gigantic, like long, super long straw. Flip that sucker upside down and go to town.
In theory, it sounds perfect. Don't get me wrong, but I've experimented with super straws in the past, and let me tell you, if you get like past a meter and a half, you gotta have like a suction assisted device if you want that to be a viable drinking method.
Oh man. And the straw still bends and like breaks in the half, so as you begin to drink it, you hit that cut, it's like you're like, oh man.
Just
three
squeeze the rest of your Capri Sun out.
Dude, now see, let me tell you about 3 liter sodas are rare. Like, the only time I remember seeing 3 liters, where my Food Line people at? Food Line and Piggly Wiggly. Like the generic brand, like the store brand had 3 liters. You wouldn't find like a 3 liter Coca-Cola, but like Cola or Mountain Lion or all those strange names that were made by the actual store themselves. They would have
16
the 3 liters
down.
IGA. Oh my goodness. So just FYI for Ryu, in order for them to process the effects, Ryu has to save and quit to make the effects go in. So that's why you see a lot of save and quits on Ryu's screen, just so they can acquire and apply those. Oh yeah.
The challenge we're getting through right now is just making sure Ryu has exactly the correct crystals and pendants that he should have right now. Isolating all of that together. I think Pooh's trying to just get back to where he was. He wants to stunt in front of the Turtle Rock again. It was a comfy place.
Oh yeah. By the way, if you all want to point blame, make sure you all thank Mr. McBurney for all this time we've had to bond with you all for the past 20 some minutes. So shouts out to Mr. McBurney. Oh man. No. Pooh needs to sit right where he is. Yeah, Pooh decided to clip out of bounds and then do bad thing. That's where you see him traverse back up to Death Mountain, up to the rock. Yeah. So just to recap what has happened, chat broke the game. Chat broke PooBear's game a little earlier. We had to get him back up. Chat broke Ryu's game, and we're getting him back situated with all his inventory. In fact, you all really bodied him because we had to rebuild his inventory from scratch almost.
Yeah.
So
this is a live. You guys have witnessed the first live build save file of A Link to the Past.
Oh boy. And Mr. McBurney has left and just having a drink. Like, yeah, I wrecked speed game tonight. Let me go chill for a little bit.
But with all the shoutouts that the developers deserve right now, I think the biggest shoutouts go out to chat, who's tolerating this long downtime we have. We really appreciate you guys sticking around, hanging around for the race, and hopefully sticking around for the one that's following after this. We should be underway really, really soon. So thank you so much for not bailing.
Oh yeah. Just wait to see what happens in Mario World.
we get 6 levels in and then we're soft locked again.
Yeah, by the way, just to FYI you all, this is not just a standard randomizer race. These players are doing an interactive race. So in real time, they have a client that is connected to all the stuff that you all are doing, all the effects you're providing, pushing items, killing them, giving them upgrades, downgrades, all that stuff. That's being pushed to the game in real time. So every time that happens, that is literally basically changing the memory values in the game in real time. And certain effects, which you have learned, sometimes when you die, it can have very unexpected effects when you're transitioning between rooms possibly, or whatever happened to Ryu right there when he died. It has some unpredictable results, things you would not have any other time until you have an effect that gets processed at a very strange time. So that's why they are working to get Ryu back set up now because of that pretty brutal kill that happened.
Yeah. I think he was right about to enter Turtle Rock when he did die, and he was either like in the transition between the overworld and the dungeon, or maybe he was walking up the stairs, somewhere in that general vicinity.
Yeah, we're probably looking to, and obviously the insta kill is probably one of the most interesting effects because what happens when you restore. You're dying in an unnatural way in the game, and especially when you're indoors. So I'm sure that obviously after this race, the devs are working pretty doggone hard to kind of minimize this happening anymore. Again, you all wanted it, and it's very, very unpredictable at times. Yeah, we got all the screenshots and the VODs so they can rebuild the inventory accurately. Yeah, right now, Ryu just confirming that he has everything he needed, and I think he is good. Yeah, he had to go back one to get that open.
Yeah. So I think as soon as he enters, we're going to be back underway again.
Yep, I think. It's a combination of anything. See, this is what you all are basically our free labor. See, we have to have testers. And what better way than to have 2,000 people that we can literally not pay to test the product? I mean, it's the way businesses work. Cheap labor, right?
Revolutionizing Twitch right now. Someone hire this man. Someone get this man CEO position of Amazon. Let's go with Twitch.
Nah.
All right, and I think we can officially say we're underway again. Ryu diving into Turtle Rock, making his way through Pooh. Begun actually moving, going towards Skull Woods right now, and taking a dive downwards for whatever reason, activating his flute, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to get that. Yeah, we're going to get those boots. The boots and the half magic swapped. Boots off, half magic on, and we'll be all set. And
ooh, that's a rough spot to fall off. Doesn't eat up too much time. Just more of in the pride kind of way.
Yeah.
Going through. He's definitely struggling on health right now as well. But I'm not worried. I know my man Ryu knows his way around a dungeon or two. He's gonna be fine. These chain chomps, though, despite any level of armor, I believe they do 3 hearts of damage upon all conditions, which has always been kind of a strange little part of the game in my eyes. But luckily, he used up that blue potion beforehand.
Yeah, chain chomps, fun stuff, eh?
Ryu's got to be appreciating the chat, sending him some arrows and hooking him up with some bombs and all that good stuff. Definitely getting him back in the game a little bit. But Pooh being in go mode is just, he is hustling with that quarter magic, having fire rod. This boss should not be anywhere near a challenge for him. Unless, of course, he had one hit KO on.
Yeah, hopefully that one hit KO does not come on here. He is in go mode here. Not the worst time to die, but I'm not sure it's very inventory. I'm sure he has at least one. But
yeah,
this will be his next to last crystal that he needs to get.
Yeah, and that last one, he's essentially there. He's just got to dip through desert a little bit, right? One of those really short dungeons. Oh, but the ice physics on this floor, especially with it pushing you around, is, I gotta say, one of the more entertaining adjustments you can make.
Yeah, ice on conveyor belts. Hey. All right, so there's Pooh's 6th crystal there. All he has left is desert, and then the challenge to get through the end game. That's the fun stuff.
5 chests for the first key. I'm calling it early.
Oh boy. I'm going 22.
22. Whew. You know, considering our luck tonight, I don't even doubt it.
Telling you, man, I want pure suffering.
I want it to be the chest that's like behind those tiles in the room in the basement to the right. The one that nobody ever checks until like that last moment.
Oh yeah, that's what typically they would go with number 22 there, waiting on tile room. I'm always a fan of going to it early because from me playing it, I probably get tile room half the time I play the game. So I just say, you know, let me just not waste no time. Go ahead and get it out of the way.
Yeah, unless you're really going for some sort of like great time, the tile room is pretty much a safe bet.
So both of these players having a quite a trial here. Both our players getting hard locked in this race, and wow!
Oh, and there it is.
Man, oh man! So getting bodied in the desert. One hit knockout still on. the only enemy that can even hit him.
Oh, flying away, but it's the same area. Yeah,
he's gonna mirror because he's already done the front part. And he wants to probably quickly mirror back.
Yeah, he just wants to get right on the ledge. That's smart. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, these players are playing on console, FY. This is an option. The program does allow to play both on console and emulator, but right now both our players are playing on console.
Yeah. Who's making sure he doesn't forget to go back. Grab that big key waiting there on the boot pillar.
There you go. That was the holdup right there. So now just quickly mirror out and head up. They're both playing on the Super Nintendo right now. Both playing via SD to SNES.
The reaction as soon as that B was sent in, he used it right away. This is a man who's used to this behavior.
Yeah,
he's fully ready for this business to go on.
Oh boy. Oh boy, this guy. So here we go. Rio getting his way to try next. And very, very bright room. Boy, I tell you, the light, it hurts. So Pooh, as we get a transformation as he becomes Tangle. Blue Tingle in effect.
Tingle with a nice new wardrobe, man. I like Tingle in the blue suit. Looks good on him.
Indeed. So he'll be pretty much fine here, unless wow. So we got a magic debuff and an ice spell and a death spell.
Oh.
Well.
He's playing it safe.
Yeah.
And
death spell's kind of immune when we have all these cakes here.
Ryu just finishing off Trinex. It looks like Pooh's having some sort of issues right now, but we'll check in on him in a second. Looks like it might have just been a quick little stream drop. He's still fighting.
Yeah, hashtag blame Twitch.
He's got one more left. Oh, and his magic runs out right at the end of the battle. The magic debuff almost enough to slow him down, but not quite. He's gonna be heading over to Ganon's castle, tower, whatever you'd like to call it, and searching for that key.
Oh yeah, that was pretty close there. That was pretty close there. Yeah, Twitch is having a little moment here.
Yeah, for a second I thought we had another lock, and my heart skipped a beat. I'm like, no, we need to be, we need to be good right now. wasting no time in Desert Palace. Ryu is getting through it as quick as possible. He's still gonna have to do Skull Woods after this, but as long as he's, I don't know, man. I don't think there's enough of a gap here to have a definite winner at this point, especially with the amount.
Oh, dude, you can't ever have a gap when you have an interactive race.
No, definitely not.
Dude, when you have, I mean, you have. I don't know if you've seen an interactive race, but when we get to Ganon,
it gets
dude,
bad. It gets
everybody
rough.
goes ham. Everybody goes ham. I mean, and these two players have seen enough, or either played them themselves. They know when you get to the climb here, you've got to get. First of all, you got to find the big key. That's already the first issue, and that has nothing to do with the chat in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to get that done. Then on top of that, you still got to be able to hopefully not die. Have the chat killing you left and right. You got to worry about your bottle count, your fairy count. You know, you're trying to use your magic as much as you can, especially for one-hit knockouts when they turn on. I mean, it's literally a very, very treacherous time to finish this race. On top of the fact that even if you get through all of that in Aga 2, you still got to beat Ganon.
Yeah, and
you still got to get through Ganon's fight.
Even without any interactions, that is a long fight. A very long fight.
Oh,
that was
yeah,
a
man.
clean, almost one cycle, but a really clean, quick fight from Ryu right there.
So all he'll need to do, he's still got a couple more to take care of here. Again, having that fire rod, which he actually found the fire rod first. He can go take care of Swamp. We can go mode Ice and fall behind Pooh.
Yeah. All right. Oh, and he's been granted limitless magic right now too. He's got to be feeling good about that. Able to.
Just so full.
Able to
so
cruise
again
through this easily.
Yep. So right now, as we try to find that big key, 1 and 2. If you said 1 and 2, womp womp womp. Getting a key, going to go ahead and take the right side approach. So
Skipping
let's see,
over the
coming up, we got 3, 4, 5, and 6. Of course, having unlimited magic is pretty sweet. I'm gonna say again, that's a limited effect here for a minute. Of course, while he's enjoying limited magic, someone jacks almost all of his arrows, and that's another thing that can happen here. You know, you've got a few rooms that you need arrows in.
That's true. Yeah, losing those arrows can actually be. It's something you don't really think about too much because you're usually just stocked up, but that's actually a really good way to mess with these players.
And he's got to do a D-pad inversion, so right side is not going to pay off, and does give him extra heart, which obviously you all check could take away from him anyway. Yeah, most likely the interview will happen after the Mario World race. Mainly because our players going to get set up again. Once this is over, they're going to get set up, obviously, a new game, new seed, all that good stuff, so they can get set up for Mario World and all that good stuff. So number 7, Torch, not going to be the location of happiness. Again, gotta love this. Who knows what could happen, and of course we've got to find that big key first. So here we go, 8 through 11 here.
And there it is.
So if you said number 9,
lucky.
Go tell your friends. Go brag about it on your Facebook page or something. But you won a 1 in 22 guessing game. Congratulations, and Pooh begins to climb. And I'm sure he's hoping to get this very, very quickly. Hoping he can maintain his arrows and not be hit with too many potential deaths. So meanwhile, Ryu is basically go-moding Ice, and Pooh is having to do a death spell. So no safety there. Oh man, the riot shield coming through.
Yeah. But there, the lack of arrows now becoming apparent, and now he's not feeling so good about it. Unless someone buys him some arrows or he unlocks it from one of those skulls at the bottom, he's going to be in a really rough position here. With one hit KO on and with these laser eyes too, that's got to be a frightening. Frightening room.
It gets hit in the booty and
doesn't feel good.
Man.
No. One hit KO is not gone just because he's died once. He still has to be afraid here. Oh, those iframes keep him safe. Deltrons, he doesn't even have arrows, but steals them anyway. But he picks up 5 right there. It's just a matter of not getting hit by anything at the moment. Oh! But another one!
Snipe!
Yeah. How many fairies does this guy have?
Well, he's got 3 bottles, and at least he's 2 down now.
Yeah, he's 2 down now. He's got 3 arrows left. The crowd with another one-hit KO death spell. He needs to play this very safely. Makes it just narrowly out of that room. But using up 2 of the fairies. And the funny thing is,
this is just a couple of rooms into the gauntlet here.
Yeah.
He has such a far way to traverse.
It's going to be a gracious boon right now.
And one thing to note here is that, you know, with him not having, I don't think he ever did. He ever get the net? I don't think he ever got the net. So unless he gets Sin Fairies, so the good thing is he has unlimited magic, so at least he'll be safe. So the only way he can die right now is if someone were to just insta-kill him.
Yeah. Because with that infinite magic, the cape, he's cruising right now.
Yeah, based on the timing of this, since one hit knockout went in effect first, obviously his magic will last longer than that since they're both a minute. So as you can see, one hit knockout has ended. So he's still good for a little while as he enjoys a little ice.
Eye on the chat, I could definitely see there's gonna be some trouble coming his way soon enough.
Oh yeah, he does have the net there. Oh boy. Come in a little cost him, man. Someone gifted him a ton of arrows.
70, yeah. No, that is no messing around right there. You can't even hold that.
That was more to his. Yeah. Oh, he dies in the door. So be a little careful here, because sometimes dying in the door can be a little strange with the camera here. So
where? Oh.
Yeah. So he's gonna. So the good thing is he can still traverse for now. Some of the things have been unloaded. He might have the mirror to correct this. He dies on the staircase.
It doesn't matter either way. And I know those are the only 2 fairies he has. Okay, this is getting absurd here. Am I watching Andy's glitch exhibition at GDQ? This is nuts.
He's gonna have to mirror to correct this. He has no option here.
Yeah.
Getting killed in a door transition, he's despawned the items he needs, so he's gonna have to traverse this again from the start. Good job, chat.
Well done, chat. I'm proud of you. Way to slow him down a little bit. Go ahead and fill up his inventory with some more bees while he's at it. He's got 2 open slots right now. One hit KO in the spike room. Oh.
Yeah, not cool. Someone did grant him a fairy, so at least he had at least 1.
Oh, okay.
Now, meanwhile, we haven't seen Ryu's actually trying to get his way to the boss here again. He has the ability to clear this.
Yes.
And he just needs to get it done. I'm actually surprised that he actually went for that chest, considering he already is in go mode. But it's all good, right?
A little strange. Pooh getting rid of the bees. He's wise to the strats now. Oh, but they're pushing. The bees actually pushing his target away from his projectiles in a way you would never expect for them to interrupt your gameplay while he goes and gets hit. I love this.
They free them and then they betray him. And 2 deaths, 1 by each of the lasers there.
The bees. Oh, and finally he goes down. Chat.
Yep, this is
bottled fairies though.
This is how it goes, you all. This is usually where when people say, what makes this game interactive? Now you see why. This is where interactivity is usually at its peak towards the end of the game here. And of course, as PooBear has to deal with now, the frustration of being swapped with his button inputs again.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I was gonna say he might want to take this room a little more slowly now, but he's a brave man.
Yeah, this is literally a game of itself right here. Forget anything that happened for the first 7 crystals. And Michael K coming strong again with yet another death here.
Is that gonna?
Where I think he
might
actually
need to
in
mirror
the wall.
again. Yeah,
Oh,
that might have been the perfect timing.
He died on the staircase. He's actually in the wall.
Yeah, you can tell his general location by seeing where the skeletons are throwing their bones. But
now let me actually tell you something. Now the last time we've had I believe maybe 2 races ago, we had players that right now, you know, Ryu's trying to catch up to where Pooh is, and we had people that literally did what they're doing to Pooh right now to the point that we ended up with both players at Ganon at the exact same time.
I would
like not even 2-second difference between the 2 players. So we may have that in the works here right now.
People are definitely coming together to slow Pooh down a bit, and with Ryu getting so close to grabbing his, well, actually not even grabbing anything, entering Ganon's tower, we're gonna see this get a lot closer.
This is what happens when you start messing with games.
Oh, and now he's out of arrows. Again.
Yeah, again. So 2 rooms he cannot traverse without arrows, and while he's locked in here, he's gonna have to just relax and hope that somebody in chat will be nice, or he'll have to bounce.
And depending on Ryu's choices here, I don't know if he's the right or left kind of guy when he goes into the tower, but if he goes left, he's going to get a real quick boss key.
Oh, yeah. It looks like, I don't know if the chat's kind of teaming up, waiting for them to catch up. Wow, someone actually trying to send him to the negative arrow counts.
Stealing 20 right at the end there. Yeah, that's rough, dude. Leave him. He's already broke, man. Oh, but he's got the unlimited magic now, so he's gonna feel a little better.
Oh boy, and well, Ryu's gonna save time because he got the key and it was going left, so he'll find the key. Just less than a minute here.
Oh, Pooh did just get 6 arrows. I don't know if he's noticed it just yet or not, but he does have them.
Yeah, I think he was just.
Yeah.
I think he just realized it that they were delivered.
He's got to be very careful with these arrows he has now. During the mid shot, mid bowstring pull, the arrows were stolen away from him. This has become a battle of resources. This is like an early game StarCraft right now.
And as I just mentioned, now the players are literally just 2 rooms apart, about 3 now, but they are within a minute of each other.
Is Ryu gonna see the same
every time
blockades that Pooh did? I'm already seeing arrows stolen.
Can we give a hand to the chat for being our VIPs as well, for keeping the race nice and close amidst all the things that have happened in this race? We're literally sitting here just rooms behind each other in Ganon's tower.
And almost like, I don't know, that was perfect. He had 2 arrows left. Before anyone was able to steal those last 2, Ryu was able to use them to get the clear.
Yeah, man. Oh boy. So literally in the same room, and Michael
K with another one. And ever so close to the door. He's gotta be feeling paranoid every time he goes in the door at this point.
I tell you, if you miss the races, this is the part that gets crazy and fun.
Ooh, and Ryu's going to bottle his own fairies. He already has 2, but he wants to play it safe.
Yeah, he think chat might not be nice to him. He might just say, you know what, let me get my own. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. He's got a full supply of fairies right now in all 3 bottles.
It obviously shows the experience of either, I think, having watched a couple of these races, he's very aware of how many times he's going to be killed.
Yeah, so here we are, same room here.
Jeez, neck and neck right now.
So here we go. Wow, Pooh getting unlimited arrows there.
Mm.
Oh,
and there is a kill spell. He's only got 2
flushing out one of those.
now.
Yep, man. So here we go. Pooh has like a one-room advantage at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so by the way, Commander Laurentius, one of the many options you all can do is actually changing the sprite of the player. If you type !bit race, you can actually see the sprite options that the characters have, and whatever is winning will turn into their current sprite.
Yeah, and there's unique options for both players right now, with Pooh having options like Mario, Squirtle, Tingle, his own sprite, the GrandPooBear sprite, and even a pony.
Yeah, they actually choose the 5 sprites that they want to use, so
he chose the pony. Okay, all right.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know Pooh was a brony. Learn something.
I don't know if he is. This is likes animals. I don't know. I don't know. Oh wow.
Oh, he got a little
getting hit.
The D-pad and button swap at the same time as the one-hit KO is what got him there.
Yeah, right after he killed Landmoss. That's pretty rough there.
I was wondering why he was firing off more fire rod shots, and then I realized I saw the commands and I kind of clicked.
Pooh should be happy.
Very
He
stockpile.
didn't have ice there. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. That's a tough run to be there with ice.
Mm-hmm.
He gets through that without any issue here. Yep. So by the way, for those who are trying to do effects here, as one hit knockout goes on for Rio, all you gotta do is just if you get your free bits by typing exclamation free, you get 50 free credits. If you cheer in the channel, you'll get 1 credit for every bit you cheer, and then all you gotta do is just order up whatever you want by looking at the menu exclamation bit races and check it out there.
Now, right now, it looks like Ryu is waiting out his control swap, possibly.
Oh! Ooh, guess who?
It's Michael K at it again.
Oh, boy. So again, just need to get through here.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone use ether in that room before.
Yeah.
And another B.
Mike is taking it easy, just turning on one hit knockout instead of just actually
yeah, cutting a little bit of slack, but with how close he is to Aga 2, it could I mean, he probably won't get hit, but I could see it happening. That quarter magic is a real blessing for him right now, though.
Of course, he smartly turns on the cape here, knowing that the only thing that can really hurt him right now is someone sending him a kill spell.
Yeah.
Unless for some reason he runs out of magic. And he gets really, really bad luck on these patterns here.
Yeah, that magic is depleting very, very slowly. That green potion from Dode coming in super handy for Ryu at a pretty precise moment.
Mm-hmm. I know, this is a pretty good pattern here. So that's it for Aga too. So he is going to move over to Ganon. So if you want to help or harm Pooh, this is your last chance because he is going to the evil pig monster right about now. So
if ever there was
act
a time,
now, but forever.
It's right now.
Mm-hmm. So as Ryu gets his control inversion ending right here, he's going to have to probably we might run out of time here on this one. So here we go. The final fight for Pooh, maybe. Based on what this is going, he might have to kill him twice. Who knows?
Evacuating the bees, setting him free like a nice, good person, and going into battle.
I'm gonna say, just glancing at the chat is going ham right now.
Yeah, chat's getting ready. Chat is ready to cause some trouble with this fight. He's got an ice spell to deal with, and I feel like we're gonna be seeing a lot more coming in very shortly. Pooh not worried about using up any magic just yet. Not opting to use any of that invincibility.
Yep, he's on to phase 2 here. Not even worry about the damage right now. Actually, you know what? He still has his level 4 sword. No one's. Wow, Pooh is actually.
Chad doesn't have to do anything. He's doing it to himself right now.
Yeah, Pooh has no fairy, so if he gets hit, that's it.
The ice has got to be very stressful when trying to dodge those bats. You gotta, and with how much damage they put out, I underestimated the lethality of the ice physics in this scenario.
Mm-hmm.
He seems uninterested in using his, what's it called? His resistance items, the cape, the cane, in keeping himself safe for this.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he's like he's in a phase 3 here, and all he has to do now is get
and now
he gets a fairy sent to him, so he has that cushion there. He gets torch glitch as well.
Very nice. Lands his first hit, 3 left.
And will he get through here without the chat torture him?
I don't know.
He's gonna get one more
down to the wire. There's very limited time.
There he is.
Yeah. He has 1 fairy, so even with a kill spell, he should be.
He's not through yet. He might get killed. Will they let him live? I can't believe it. No one kills him.
A clean Ganon fight. He did more damage to himself there.
I can't believe it. He actually had no fairies, and he actually survived. I honestly cannot believe it.
I'm shocked.
I'm actually a little underwhelmed at the chat right now. I must say, I was expecting full unleashed on Ganon.
You know, I think they're just saving some of their credits for the next bit race that's coming up right after this one.
Maybe we'll body him in his comfort zone of Mario, eh?
Yeah. I wouldn't underestimate Ryu either. He's got to be feeling pretty comfortable with Mario as well, though.
Yeah, so an official time, we don't hear this too often, of 3 hours, 10 minutes, and 28 seconds. Hot dang.
You know, considering everything that happened, I think that's pretty damn impressive.
That's interesting, eh? So here we go. Nevertheless, Ryu right behind him here on phase 3 of Ganon. And here we go, spamming that to make sure we get torch glitch.
Does not want to miss it.
Oh,
hey there, buddy.
So as we get ready to wrap this up, let's see if we can get this this final hit in from Ryu, and we'll let's make sure he can finish too. Hold on, let me make sure he actually gets done, because obviously the guy on the mic here, Pooh, decided to actually get saved, and no one killed you, man. I'm shocked. I am greatly shocked.
I can't. I mean, with all the insta kills that were happening, to not get insta killed there at the end was just like a blessing in disguise. I think everyone was ready for Mario World, including us. That was. I feel like we learned a lot about Link to the Past today. I learned a lot of things that I didn't know.
Yeah, we've learned where to break the game.
Yeah, that purple chest is a lot more dangerous than you would have expected.
Oh,
well, I'll tell you what, man, you got off, man.
What was that purple chest thing? That was hilarious.
Both of you all, I mean, both players getting massively hard locked. I mean, you got Chester just bodied you into oblivion. That death got you. Ryu got bodied going into. I mean, really. I mean, that was an experience, you all. I mean, we got through it. It took us a little time to get through it, but that's all that matters, man.
I want to give the crowd credit, because I thought something they did that was really, really good was they weren't just doing the same like controller mix up. They were mixing up like which controller, like the buttons switch up, like how they switch up every time. So I couldn't get used to it ever. So it was like anytime it happened, I had to like relearn where the pattern was, and that was really difficult to deal with and super fun. And then when one hit KO came with it, I was just like insta cape, you know.
I liked a lot when you were getting arrow denied. I think that was one of chat's shining moments too.
Oh man, that was rough. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, man. Some way or another, you got through it. Again, in typical race fashion, interactive races, the chat does a good job of making it close at the end. No matter how far apart you all end up in the main game, we're sitting there again, 1 2 rooms behind each other, Ganon's tower.
Yeah.
So, no shock there.
GG chat, yeah, GG chat on that one. I'm excited for Mario World. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. You think you can handle that Mario World right now?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're gonna have to talk to Ryu about that. You know, if he can handle it. I think he got it a little bit worse than us, than I did.
Yeah, we're gonna see if we can get Ryu in here for just a moment. While I guess we're gonna work on getting these 2 guys set up for Mario World. For those who don't know, Mario World Interact, or should I say, Mario World Randomizer Interactive Race is coming up like right now, like maybe not the second, but like coming up next. Right here, so don't y'all go nowhere. So all those extra credits you all got, get ready to unleash them on the Mushroom Kingdom now. Yeah. Because they're gonna be trying to get through this. What category are you all playing tonight? You're gonna change it up? You're gonna do a casual 96 exit for us?
Okay, yeah, right. We're doing no cape, no Star World.
No cape, no Star World, you all. So
yeah, emphasize the no Star World part.
That means we have to make sure we all can't send you all a cape now, right?
Yep.
Kind of break the category.
Oh wait, no, not no cape, no Star World. Sorry, not no cape. We're just doing no Star World. Not no cape.
I
don't know why I said no cape.
Just no
We're
Star
definitely
World.
having the cape. Just no Star World. Yeah, we have cape. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. That was stupid. Yeah, that was
Don't worry, we turned off cape pumping, so yeah, enjoy that. Alrighty, now we got that said.
Yeah, that was dumb.
You know, in that downtime, we built up a nice list of new effects. So the next time we do a Mario World randomizer, oh boy, it's gonna be good, man. We can get Carcat to get some of these things in there. Oh man, dude, coins kill, pressing buttons reduces the timer. Oh man, we got so many good things in there.
Oh wait, in this one?
Yo, how you? Well, not this one. We ain't that mean. Dude, how about perma jump? You're always forced to jump. Whether you want to or
that's
not.
actually a really good one. I really like that idea. That's a
dude,
really great idea.
Random Bowser power up list, force small Mario, no midpoints, force 100 second, screen wrapping pits, can't collect coins, increase gravity fireballs.
Would be awesome.
Dude, P-switch inversion, fireballs cost time, insta P-speed, you just bam, switch your move, run. I don't know, it's, oh boy, I don't know what's programmatically possible, but we got some options here. So in the meantime, you all, these players are going to get set up right now. We have the Super Mario World randomizer interactive race starting right in just a few moments here. So get you all a drink of water, Capri Sun, all the things we mentioned earlier, the 3-liter bottle if you want to, from IGA, Piggly Wiggly, Bilo, IGA Fulan. And Mario World Randomizer coming next. If you haven't seen Mario World Randomizer, you're already in for a treat just on that. But again, you all will be able to influence what is happening on here. A whole new menu.
I feel like the controller thing is going to be way worse on this one.
Oh yeah, I definitely mid jump over a pit, getting your controls swapped. It's going to be devastating.
Oh yeah, man.
Especially during the gauntlet.
So again, I think we're gonna get the command updated so you all see the ones relative for the speed gaming channel. Again, a whole nother set of controls here, of options. We're including options such as granting players 1-ups, bullet bill airstrike. You can grant them certain power-ups. Ice physics is not going anywhere. Of course, what Pooh loves so much, swapping up your D-pad and your buttons and all that good stuff. Everybody loves that. You can increase the time, reduce the time. We can give Yoshis. We can force water physics out of nowhere. So more good stuff coming up, man.